on a soggy Saturday in Salisbury. It's homecoming for Catawba as the tribe searches for a big win. Today they entertain Tusculum for the latest chapter in a storied rivalry. And welcome inside Shuford Stadium. I'm Chris Edwards alongside Jay Sonhalter. Delighted to have you with us. Jay, we'll start with Catawba. They've lost 4 straight, looking to halt their skid today. And a big key for the tribe this afternoon, get Kenyatta Green in that running game going.
Chris, they've got to establish the line of scrimmage. Green is so good running between the tackles, but his strength is his speed getting to the outside, averaging 4.6 yards per carry, especially with these weather conditions today. They're going to have to find a way to establish the ground attack to open up the play-action pass.
Well, how about for Tusculum? They've won 4 of their last 5 games, Jay, and a big reason why is because of their defense, and they're led by Ivan Hogan's and that great linebacking core.
He does such a good job patrolling the middle of that field. He's a strong, sturdy linebacker, 52 tackles on the season. It's really going to be fun watching that running back linebacker matchup, seeing who wins that battle, but he's the leader on the defensive side.
Was the 23rd all-time meeting between Catawba and Tusculum, and we'll have kickoff from Salisbury right after this.
Catawba College in Salisbury, offering students a degree in environment and sustainability. Access our 189-acre ecological preserve right on campus, with classes both outside and inside our sustainable facility. Study with conservationists and partner with regional and national ecological organizations. Scholarships available. More at catawba.edu.
Spritzy is an innovative, cutting-edge soda machine that is disrupting the soda industry. What Keurig has done for the coffee industry, Spritzy is doing to the soda industry. Soda is a $1 trillion industry. Now is your chance to get involved on the explosive growth of Spritzy and change how we drink soda. Spritzy is a healthier choice than normal soda, great for the environment and great for you to invest in. Call now to invest and grab your shares before it's all gone. Invest in Spritzy.
Broken air conditioner? That could be a $4,400 bill you weren't expecting. Fridge on the fritz? That could cost you $2,500. Get the First American Home Warranty Plan. And when a covered item breaks, call or click. That's it. And we'll repair or replace it for you. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget? Or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
If you don't have First American Warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-657-8090.
Addiction brings unimaginable pain to those who are suffering from it and their loved ones. If you're battling addiction, we understand that you're hurting, and we're here to help. Against all hope, you can get better and free yourself from addiction. You do not need to suffer any longer. Seek the treatment you deserve. Call the number on your screen and take the first step toward a lifetime of freedom and recovery.
Call 800-232-2616.
Back inside Shuford Stadium on a soggy Saturday here in Salisbury for homecoming, Catawba and Tusculum. Before we kick it off, let's go down to the field and say hi to the 3rd member of our crew. Here's Aaron Summers.
Thanks, Chris. It has been raining off and on all day here. The field is a little soggy, definitely wet. I spoke to both coaches before the game. Tusculum head coach Jerry Odom said that it doesn't change their game plan at all as they run the rock and pound the rock. They're going to stick with that today. Catawba head coach Curtis Walker said that this is actually the driest field on campus. They've been practicing here all week because their practice field has actually been underwater since Hurricane Matthew came through last week. Coach Walker said that he is happy with the field conditions. Of course, he would like the rain to stop. It is raining a little bit now, and I'll have updates for you as things change.
All right, Aaron, thanks a lot. I know Aaron probably wishes that the rain would stop as well. Jay, as Catawba takes the field. Now time to take a look at your keys to the game this afternoon for both of these clubs, and we'll start with Catawba, what they need to do to be victorious today.
Well, the biggest key for them offensively is they've got to maintain drives. They've got to be successful on 3rd down, convert those opportunities, and then minimize mistakes. Last week, a tough game against Wingate. They've got to clean that area up and play a full 4 quarters here today.
For Tusculum, what do you think they need to do to be successful
Well,
today?
they want to win the line of scrimmage. They want to be physical up front. They want to be able to establish the run and stop the run on defense, and then limiting explosive plays. Coach Odom talked with us about the dangerous weapons Catawba has on the outside and how he's nervous about those guys because he sees on film how explosive they can be.
All right, those are our keys to the game this afternoon. Catawba won the toss, Jay, deferred their option to the second half, so we will see Tusculum get the football first here to start the contest.
It's going to be so important too. You know, we talked about the keys, but how about special teams? Special teams, the third phase of every ball game. You know, that's where you can get some hidden yards, really help out with field position. So that's going to be an important area to watch here today, especially with the wet field conditions, the kicking, and also the coverage unit with some of the slipping that could be involved.
Lee Brackman will get us underway today. Brackman, the senior kicker, and boy, he has been dynamic in the kickoff game. 29 kickoffs, 16 touchbacks this year, averaging about 66 yards per kickoff. Certainly a big weapon for the Tribe as he will try and pin Tusculum back deep this afternoon. Back deep to receive the opening kickoff of the game will be Lorenzo Pratt, the dynamic running back. As Pratt, the deep man, and we are just about ready to go from Salisbury. Homecoming for Catawba in the 23rd meeting between the Indians of Catawba and the Pioneers of Tusculum. Fall has finally set here in Salisbury, and from the home of Cheerwine, this college football Saturday in the SAC is officially underway. Pratt, 5 yards deep, will not bring it out. And it'll be Pratt in the offense that will start from the 25-yard line. Jay, when you look at this Tusculum offense, they're running that two-quarterback system. That's what Coach Odom told us in our call this week. And talking to him before the game, they're going to go with the senior, Alex Ogle, who was 14 of 27 for 178 yards last week. He's going to get the start at quarterback today.
Yeah, it's interesting because many times when you have two quarterbacks, it's tough to find a rhythm, but they feel confident in their system and also very pleased with the play of both guys. They really just want to feel the game out and then go with a hot hand.
Ogle on the year completing about 47% of his passes, but don't look for them to pass it a whole lot. Probably going to start on the ground, I would imagine, and be on the ground most of the day. Catawba just brings 4, quick slant over the middle and a complete pass to Jacob Moss, the wide receiver, and he rumbles that across midfield before he is finally brought down by Mike Miller, the free safety, who made 13 tackles to lead the team last week, but a huge play on first down for Tusculum.
A quick throw here, high percentage pass right across the middle is a slant route, and then yards after the catch. If you're a defender out there, you cannot allow the carry to continue the yards. You got to wrap up and bring him down.
13th catch of the year for Moss. That usurps his previous long of 24 yards as they pick up a big first down now out across midfield. That's what Catawba wanting to try and prevent those big gains that have hurt the Indians defensively all season long. Ogle audibling at the line and a quick 3-step drop, going to fire to the outside. That one is bobbled and incomplete. Connor Johnston, the intended target there.
Again, double slant, same play, offensive lineman protecting up front. Plenty of time to throw for Ogle. They tried a quick hitter there. The linebackers here, they're going to have to do a good job in coverage. They're going to be tested today. They're a missed opportunity for Tusculum.
Opening drive of the contest. It's a 2nd down and 10 for Tusculum. The team, as we told you in the open, has won 4 of their last 5 games. Are you surprised they've gone to the air on the first 2 plays?
I am, because they want to establish the line of scrimmage. They're known for their running attack. They're opening up the playbook. Catawba
just brings 3 as Ogle with a bootleg looking to the outside and another completed pass. This time to A.J. Bellinger. That's his 20th catch of the year. Finally forced out by Chris Thompson, the strong safety.
Coach Odom very excited about Bellinger's play this season. Ogle getting to the outside. He can use his legs to get outside the pocket. Very accurate on the run.
Gain of 11 that time on first down, or on 2nd down, and a new first down as Tusculum starts to approach the red zone here on the opening drive of the game. Boy, just marching it down the field through the air. They'll go to the ground for the first time today, and the first carry goes to Jordan Shippey, the running back. Mike Miller in to bring him down. Shippey's a guy that has missed some time. He was hurt against Lenore Ryan a few weeks ago, had a bone bruise, back healthy now, the team's leading rusher, averaging 89 yards a game.
And this is the time of season where there's so many bumps and bruises, and Coach Odom, they've had a ton of injuries, but being able to get some of these guys back, that should be a big boost for them. And Chris, finally a running play here after coming to open this game with multiple passes.
So a Tusculum offensive line that's 48 pounds heavier than the defensive line of Catawba. Maybe that's a factor in the proceedings this afternoon. Ogle from the gun, quick out to the far side. Well, that's a tough throw. It's incomplete. Trying to get it to Aaron Fudge, but it's incomplete. Really a tough throw for a quarterback going across the field.
Yeah, you can see his arm strength. Ogle, once he's in the pocket, he rips it. He's got an arm to get it out there. Caleb Allen, excellent in coverage for Catawba, right on the hip of the wide receiver, got his hand up at the last minute.
It's a 54-yard field goal from here on 3rd down and 10. They are within field goal range. The long this year, 43 for Defada, so maybe on the outer edges of his range, but still perhaps in his range on this 3rd down and 10 if they don't gain any yards. It's a slant pass, it's incomplete. Good coverage that time by Catawba and Jeremiah Ferguson, so the defense holds, and now decision time coming for Coach Odom.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to punt the ball here and try to flip the field position. Deshaun Davis was crossing the middle, tried to slip past the linebacker. No goal. Their dangerous throw in double coverage. Catawba not able to knock it down or get the interception, but still here, going to get off the field.
Kenyatta Green back deep to receive this punt, assuming that it is returnable. It'll be the freshman Andrew Cantrell who will attempt to punt it away. A little bit of a rush. Green will signal the fair catch, and Catawba will start from the 9-yard line. Nice job by Cantrell, that sky kick, Jay, and now we'll see this Catawba offense led by Ken Avent, the true freshman quarterback, and they'll try and get Avent and this running game with Kenyatta Green going on their first drive.
And Avent close to 300 yards passing last week. But the biggest key is they have to have balance today, Chris. They've got to be able to run the ball and then set up the pass. Avent, he's got a strong arm. He'll take some shots down the field for a freshman. Does a good job recognizing the coverages and finding where the mismatch is. It all starts with the ground attack with Green today.
Yeah, even 4 interceptions last week. Threw for 3 touchdowns. 23 of 42 in the loss at Wingate a week ago today. They will start, no surprise, on the ground with Kenyatta Green, and he will fight ahead for 2 yards up to the 11. And he'll bring up 2nd down and long. Chris Mathias and Leon Cunningham, the 2 in to make the stop that time.
And this is an athletic offensive line for Catawba. Pretty sturdy, stout defensive line for Tusculum. The big key for them is they've got to use their athleticism to their advantage, get outside on their pull blocks, seals. That's where their strength is with their athleticism.
Avent to throw, has time, dumps one in a completed pass to Devon Tanksley, but he's going to lose a yard back to the 10-yard line. Nice job by Bryce Bartlett, no relation to the former president on West Wing. It'll be 3rd down.
Bartlett there, excellent in coverage. There's a crossing route. He was right in coverage, but then bringing him down. A 3rd and long situation. This is where Avent has to be careful with the football. The offensive line has to protect as well up front, but you've got to have that internal clock in your head knowing that you're going to get pressure here.
Catawba 7 of 15 on 3rd down a week ago for the year, converting about 33% of the time on 3rd down. Blitz comes, and a little bubble screen picked up by Kenyatta Green. He's going to fight ahead for the 1st down out to the 25-yard line. So on 3rd down and 8, Green picks up 14, and the Tribe moves the chains before Bartlett brings him down.
And Randy Hooks, number 33, came on the blitz, couldn't get to Avent, but then all you got to do is a short little dump off pass. Green will do the rest. Nice job there, kind of swerving around, getting yards after the catch to get the 1st down.
It's the 17th catch of the year for Kenyatta Green, who's also a weapon in the passing game for this Catawba club. New set of downs, Catawba trying to reverse the field position. And a little lead play for Kenyatta Green, trying to find a hole. Slips by 1 tackler, but in to make the initial hit was Forrest, who brought him down. Forrest last week, Jay, 27 tackles.
Jerry Odom, head coach and defensive coordinator, who likes to do a lot of pre-snap movement, a lot of stemming, giving different looks to the offensive line. And there was a situation, 3 down linemen, a linebacker moving around before the ball was snapped. It created some confusion, and that's why they couldn't get their block set up.
So, Tusculum defense had only allowed 192 yards of total offense last week in that shutout win over Newberry. No gain for Green on the previous play as he switches to the other side. Kenyatta Green will fight ahead, get about 4 yards as we go back down to the field and say hi again to Aaron.
Tusculum head coach Jerry Odom held nothing back when talking to us about facing the Tribe after last year's game against Catawba. Odom said wide receiver Will Sweeper scares the fool out of him, and running back Kenyatta Green killed them last year. The Pioneers lost 40-13, and in Odom's words, Catawba whooped us. I mean, they beat us like they stole something from them. And I don't want them to do that to us again.
Yeah.
Odom said it'll take that offensive balance, and they'll have to run the ball.
Yeah, Aaron, you're exactly right. This is a Catawba team that ran for 244 yards against Tusculum last year. And now Ken Avent's going to scramble for a few more yards as well. We'll pick up another 1st down as he gains 10.
That's such a great dimension of Avent's game there. The ability to get out of the pocket, keep your eyes downfield, try to pick up that 1st down, feel the pressure, and then run for it. He's got good speed. That's just an innate thing that as a young quarterback, you don't see that often, but Avon has it.
Four receivers here for Catawba. Play action on the read option. It's going to be Avon who will keep it. And, oh, upended. What a big-time hit that time by David Johnson, the right cornerback, his 25th tackle of the year.
And that's a zone read where he should have handed the ball off to Green. Avon dangerously here. Thought he could get outside the defensive end, but then a block miss on the outside of the perimeter. And then as a quarterback, you do not want to take a big shot. Even so important to this offense, you've got to get down and protect your body.
So now 2nd down and long, first time that Catawba's been behind the chains on this first drive.
Well, and Avon, he's got to be careful here because, again, with the blitzing schemes, Tusculum bringing 5 guys along the line of scrimmage right now.
And they bring 5 again. Lofted for Sweeper, who had a step, but it's just overthrown. Sweeper, a guy that's going to be targeted a lot, I think, by Catawba. Big downfield threat. 8 of his 20 catches, or 8 of his catches so far this year, Jay, have gone for 20 yards or more.
He's a big play threat. He's got long arms, good body control. Sometimes you just kind of have a chemistry with the quarterback, and Avon and him been able to hook up. They've done a good job finding each other.
All right, 3rd down and 12. What's the play call here for Catawba?
You know what? With Green having 17 catches on the season, you figure you're going to get a blitz here. I would try to do a little dump off here to play it safe and then let him try to pick up yards after the catch.
They only have 2 down linemen here. Everybody else standing up. They only rush 3. Now some pressure. Avent trying to get to the edge and is wrestled down from behind. Another nice play in the open field by C.J. Bartley, that bandit position, and the redshirt freshman makes the big stop on 3rd down.
And this defense, they're physical, and they play to the whistle. They're going to run after the ball and swarm in packs, and here Avent looking towards the right, and then he had to get out of the pocket, just not able to get rid of it. And Green, he was holding up in pass protection. He didn't go out on the route there. The 3-man route, Avon just couldn't find anybody.
Caleb Berry on to punt. Punted 5 times last week, averaged about 38 yards per kick. This is his 33rd kick of the year and gets off a boomer as Alford receives the punt at the 30. Alford gets across the 35, spun down at the 38-yard line. Some flags fly in, so we'll wait and see what the flags are all about before Adam DeCina there to bring him down. I imagine, Jay, this could be a face mask. It might add some yardage to the end of the play there.
Yeah, there's about 3 flags flying in there. It's going to come back against Catawba.
Our officials are conferring, led today by our lead referee, Daniel Ingram. And here is referee Ingram with the call.
During the return, personal foul, face mask, defense, number 34, 15-yard penalty, first down.
And it'll be a first down for Tusculum after the penalty when we come back to Salisbury. Underway on homecoming here at Catawba in a scoreless affair. Back with more when you return.
Creating beer is work, but creating great craft beer is a labor of love. In the heart of Rowan County, you'll discover a brewery that taps into this passion to source local ingredients and pair it with a knowledgeable team with proven, tested methods. New Sarum forges handcrafted beer in an old meets new style. If you are looking for a full-bodied, innovative beer, look no further than New Sarum Brewing Company. A brewery with principles, a beer with heritage.
It's the second drive of the game for Tusculum as they start on the plus side of the 50 following the personal foul to end that punt return a moment ago. Ogle remains in at quarterback and operates from the shotgun. A blitz from Catawba and a float pass this way is intercepted. Chris Page with the pick. Page with his first interception of the year, and Catawba's defense with the big play.
The junior cornerback, excellent coverage right there. It was a go route, and he just read the eyes of Ogle and turned back. This defense, they're fired up down there. They've been able to really get good play from the secondary, and here's Ogle, plenty of time to throw the ball. He just lofted it up a little bit too far. A nice job after catching that, trying to get extra yards. This defense, very stingy on the outside with their secondary play.
Fifth interception thrown this year, or very important third interception thrown this year by Ogle. It's the 7th pick for Catawba's defense as a whole. And now Ken Avent, the offense, back out on the field, play action, bubble screen to Tanksley, trying to get to the edge. But a nice job that time by David Johnson, the outside corner, to make the stop and prevent a big play there on that bubble screen.
Well, it's so important if you're on the outside blocking, you've got to hold up, because if you can't hold your block, that play's done. And they're not able to hold up on the block, a loss of 2 yards.
What do you think the play call is going to be here after being behind the chains already on this drive?
Well, this is the perfect time for a screen.
Yeah.
I would look for Green with the screen. Again, he's so good running the ball, but has excellent hands.
Green is the back there with Ken Avent. Catawba had something going positive on their first drive, but ran into a bit of a wall. Avent on play action, pressure, and incomplete. Trying to hit Joseph Dress, the freshman wide receiver, in the flat, but it's now quickly third down for the Tribe.
In Tusculum, they're not necessarily sacking Avent or even knocking him down, but they're in his face. They're making him get outside the pocket and throw before he wants to. Now a third and long situation for the freshman quarterback. Again, I would try to look for Green. You don't necessarily have to throw it to the sticks, throw it underneath, but you need to get something going here over the top of the linebackers.
Catawba converted 2 of their 3 third down tries on their first drive. And we'll see what they do here on 3rd down and 12. And some movement into the neutral zone. Everybody pointing at each other, and we'll see which side jumped first. There was a defensive lineman into the neutral zone.
Offense, number 78. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
But that's because Quay Harris moved first, the left tackle, and it's now 2nd down, or 3rd down and even longer for Catawba.
And Chris, I'll tell you, it's hard as an offensive lineman to stay still when you see pre-snap stemming movement up there, even though you know the snap count. It's hard still to stay disciplined when you see the defense line moving around there. Jumped a little bit too early.
Yeah, Mike Klein is the defensive coordinator for Tusculum, but it's Coach Odom who's still calling the defensive plays. I've been doing it for so long, I'm going to keep on doing it. 4 wide on 3rd and 17. Time for Avent, and too tall for his intended target, Kenyatta Green, and it's another 3 and out. Right now, defense controlling this first quarter for both sides.
Well, and Coach Odom, we've seen him bring the blitz multiple times on 3rd down. They're only 3 down linemen dropping the defensive end back and linebackers into coverage and looking for Green there. Even if he would have caught that, there are still plenty of linebackers and secondary men around to make the tackle.
The first punt for Caleb Berry went 41 yards, pinned back a little bit deeper here, and no rush. Another booming kick, and again, this is returnable if Alfred wants, but will wisely stay away from it. Rolls out of bounds, and Tusculum will start from the 37-yard line on the other side of this timeout. It's homecoming in Salisbury, and we're scoreless in the first quarter of play.
Creating beer is work, but creating great craft beer is a labor of love. In the heart of Rowan County, you'll discover a brewery that taps into this passion. Passion to source local ingredients and pair it with a knowledgeable team with proven, tested methods. New Sarum forges handcrafted beer in an old meets new style. If you are looking for a full-bodied, innovative beer, look no further than New Sarum Brewing Company. A brewery with principles, a beer with heritage.
third offensive series of this first quarter for the Tusculum Pioneers in a scoreless affair. Chris Edwards, Jay Sonhalter, Aaron Summers, and the rest of our crew back with you from Schuford Stadium in Salisbury. A lot of moving around defensively for Catawba. They just rushed 4 as the handoff goes straight ahead. Shippey trying to bounce off one tackler and fights ahead out to the 41-yard line before he's wrestled down by Mike Miller. And before this second down play, we go down to the field and say hi again to Aaron Summers.
Chris, this Catawba team has been dealing with a lot of injuries. Coach Walker said that the team is still pretty banged up after losing several players to injuries against Carson Newman. But one player that they have back today is linebacker L.J. Melvin. He has 41 tackles on the year and 1 sack. He's a big threat on the defensive side, and they are happy to have him back here.
Good for Coach Walker to finally get some of those guys healthy. Adam Roaston did a nice job filling in for Melvin, Aaron, the last couple of weeks at that middle linebacker position, but it is Melvin that's really anchoring that linebacking core and is helping on that stop there, and now brings up a third down and medium, Jay, for Tusculum.
Yeah, he came in, filled in the gap, and here, third and medium situation, run pass combination. Here we've seen Ogle have some success in the short passing game. Quick 3-step drops, not allowing the pass rush to get to him. So I'd expect them try to get the ball to the outside very quickly here.
In their win over Newberry last week, Tusculum was just 4 of 14 on third down for the year, about 40% in terms of success rate on third down. They'll put a man in motion, that's Bellinger. And look at the diamond formation to the bottom of your screen. Pressure coming. Can Catawba get there? They can. It's a sack for the Indians. And it's big Cameron Davis, the defensive end, with his team-leading 6th sack of the year.
And Davis just came off the edge. 260 pounds, low center of gravity, getting the power, getting underneath the pad level of the offensive line. Ogle, not much time to look and try to find his reads right there. Excellent job getting penetration, getting off the field. And not only are they getting off the field, that really flipped the field position here. Yep. Catawba should get the ball in a great spot close to midfield.
Davis had 2 sacks last week, already 1 here in the first quarter. And now Cantrell will punt for the second time today. A flag is in for running into the kicker, as Green will let it roll down inside the 25-yard line. And the question here is this the 5-yard or the 15-yard foul? And we'll let our lead referee, Daniel Ingram, tell you all about it once he turns his microphone on. I didn't think there was any sort of malicious contact there. I think he might have just nicked him.
Running into the kicker. Defense, that penalty will be declined.
So they decide not to worry about the 5 yards as we take a look at the replay, Jay.
Shylon Thomas looked like he could have potentially blocked that kick, then kind of came up a little bit short there and nudged him down.
You okay with Coach Odom declining that foul?
Yeah, it's only going to be 5 yards, and with the field position, they got a great roll.
Yep.
So I think he has to be pleased with this ball being at the 23-yard line.
Ken Avent leads his troops back out on the field again. Aaron, as you've got more of the redshirt freshman quarterback.
A lot of positive in quarterbacks. Ken Avent's second career start last week against Wingate. 275 passing yards, 3 touchdown passes, and 105 rushing yards. But his youth showed through his 4 interceptions. After that last drive, offensive coordinator Dustin Ward pulled Avent aside and said, hey, you just have to relax, as some of his throws were going a little bit too high over the receivers.
First carry of the afternoon for Najee Bryant, the backup running back, his 9th of the year. Bryant last week, 2 carries for -1 yard, so he's a guy they certainly want to get going and a guy that they hope can spell Kenyatta Green on some of these drives.
You have to have running back depth. And Chris, another thing, we've talked about the pre-snap movement, the stemming of the defensive line of Tusculum. It helps create confusion for the offensive line. But another thing with that is, if Catawba can make their blocks up front with those guys moving around, a lot of times you'll get out of your gap, and that's a problem with that style of defense.
Play action, Avent on a design quarterback draw, stop for no gain. Boy, pick your tackler that time. It was D. Alford, the left corner, who leads the way. 7 tackles for Alford in the win a week ago. Another look.
Look at the defensive line right here, just kind of squeezing everything in, and then Alford coming from the outside, very aggressive coming up in run support.
All right, 3rd down and 8 now, partner. Catawba again facing a 3rd down and long. Seems to be an obvious passing situation here, right?
Well, and I would look for Jordan Ozinski, the tight end, number 7, back in this ball game here. A couple weeks he's been out with injury. Tight end, but lined up in the slot. Safety playing deep here. He's going to have an opportunity with some open area.
And flag from the umpire. Scott McCracken Maybe some movement up front, and this might make it third down and even longer for the Tribe. Well, they're chatting with Tusculum. I think Randy Hooks wanted to listen a little closer to the conversation. But a lengthy call or lengthy discussion here. Here's referee Ingram. I think they're going to weigh this one off.
There is no foul on the play.
So they pick up the flag, and we'll have 3rd and 8. Final 3.5 minutes of this first quarter. Glad that you're with us from Shuford Stadium this afternoon. What do you think the official saw there, Jay? Just maybe thought he saw some movement up front?
Yeah, and you know what, though? Sometimes when you throw a flag or you stop the play, if you don't know for sure, it's good just to wave it off and restart it.
Saw Coach Odom a moment ago. They rush 4. Avent scrambling. A flag in as Avent flips one incomplete, nearly intercepted, but looks like it's going to be in the area of a hold. And right now, Avent just no time, partner.
Yeah, and he got drilled right here. We'll see him as he runs out of bounds, getting rid of this ball. But look at this hit flying out of bounds. This Tusculum defense, so physical. But L.J. Melvin.
I think it was Bartley, partner.
Bartley, yeah.
Offense, number 78. That penalty has been declined. 4th down.
And look, it was maybe Bartley there that ran him out of bounds. And how much of that for a quarterback, that hit is going to linger in the back of their mind as the game goes along?
Well, it affects you because you feel like you've got to get out of the pocket, and sometimes you have time to throw, but if you're feeling that pressure, if you've been hit, it's human nature to try to get out and elude the pass rush. There are 2 defenders sprinting after him.
Caleb Berry on to punt. A high floater. This is returnable for Alford ahead of the 30. Shimmies up to the 35 before he swarmed under there. And Catawba's punting team does the job again. Can their defense do the job? We'll find out on the other side of this timeout. No score and an entertaining first quarter in Salisbury.
Snacking has never been this exciting. At Graze.com, we combine wholesome ingredients with the flavors we all love to create over 100 exciting snacks, like these. We'd love to send you a Graze sampler box for free. Just go to Graze.com, enter the code ENJOY25, and we'll mail your free box to your home or office. Join thousands of Grazers already in love with our exciting snacks. So come to Graze.com for your first box free.
If you're struggling with at least $10,000 in credit card debt, you could qualify for National Debt Relief's Debt Reset Program. This program can reduce the balances on your debt and reduce your monthly payments while you become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. There are no upfront costs or out-of-pocket expenses. Imagine being debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Call now to see if you qualify. You can talk to a counselor right now.
Call 800-501-2990.
Quarterback change for Tusculum on this offensive series, Jay, as Tommy Pistone will come in for the first time today. We saw Pistone last week, played the first 3 series against Newberry, was 0 for 4 on the day, but we thought we'd see both quarterbacks today for Coach Odom.
Yeah, we knew he'd get an opportunity early in this game. 6'4", 205 pounds, sturdy quarterback. The coaches have confidence in him.
As the handoff goes to Maxwell Joseph, the running back. He'll pick up 6 there on first down before Stephen Thorson brought him down. I want to ask you about this running game a little bit. That's really one of the only positive runs we've seen today from Tusculum. Before that play, -9 on the ground for Tusculum to start the game. Now, 16 of those negative yards came when the quarterback sacked. But are you surprised at that they've not tried to establish the run more than they have already?
I am, especially with the field conditions. This is an offense that averages 172 yards on the ground.
Yep.
That's kind of their bread and butter, and for them to come out throwing the ball is a little bit of a changeup, especially with the field conditions. But here with the quarterback situation, rotating quarterbacks, it's going to be important for them to get in the flow of the game.
Tip pass, but it's hauled in anyway, and a nice catch that time by Brian Burnett before L.J. Melvin brought him down. The first completion for Pistone, and a first down for Tusculum as we check out the replay.
Well, Pistone there, plenty of time to throw the ball. Now this ball got tipped at the line of scrimmage. Great focus looking at that ball all the way into his hands. Brian Burnett, the senior wide receiver from Florida, going across the middle.
How about Melvin just hanging on for dear life there to finally make the stop? Tusculum's flipped to field position again. They're across midfield. Catawba showing a blitz and a flag. And perhaps it was Ferguson, the middle linebacker, that jumped into the neutral zone.
False start.
But nope.
Offense number 52.
Maybe that
5-yard penalty.
coerced the offensive lineman into a false start there. So now 1st and 15. Penalties, a big issue for both of these teams. A week ago, Tusculum, Jay, 9 penalties for 85 yards. They're averaging about 70 yards in penalties per contact.
Well, that's an area, you know, when you make those mistakes in one game, you've got to clean it up, not only in the next game, but during practice. And that's where you have to be disciplined. You've got to have multiple hard counts to make sure that you're ready for game-like situations.
Another handoff again to Joseph, and he'll get into the second level. Gets the penalty yardage back, plus another 4 to bring up a 2nd down and 6. It was Mike Miller, the safety, who made the stop.
Well, Maxwell, he's kind of the hammer out of the backfield, 6'2", 230 pounds. You can see the power right here. Look at him finish off this run, lowering his shoulder down, falling forward, getting a couple extra yards. Now it makes it more of a manageable situation here on 2nd down.
Joseph has really done a nice job as that change of pace back today. He's in there again for this 2nd down and 6 play. Pistone to throw, another slant route, this time caught by Aaron Fudge, and it's another first down. Fudge will pick up 10 to the 30-yard line. It was Chris Page who had the pick earlier who finally made the stop, but now Tusculum getting some momentum offensively.
Yeah, the 2x2 set is double slants. And here Pistone bypassing the inside slant, going to Fudge on the outside. He beat his man towards the inside, kind of boxed him out like a basketball player there to pick up the first down.
Under a minute now for this opening quarter. We'll see how aggressive the Pioneers want to be as they swap a couple of tight ends. Go heavy to the far side of the field, and now we'll send Connor Johnston in motion. The handoff goes to Joseph, and he'll fight his way down to the 26, a gain of 4. It'll bring up 2nd down and medium. Cameron Davis made the stop, and that might take us to the end of the opening stanza.
The offensive line, Chris, here, they're starting to get into a rhythm. Bailey Herring with a big block and 2 tight end sets. It's been a big part of the game plan here in the first quarter. They've really controlled the time of possession.
All right, end of 15 minutes here in Salisbury. A soggy Saturday leads to a defensive battle. Scoreless after 1 on homecoming.
Creating beer is work, but creating great craft beer is a labor of love. In the heart of Rowan County, you'll discover a brewery that taps into this passion to source local ingredients and pair it with a knowledgeable team with proven, tested methods. New Sarum forges handcrafted beer in an old meets new style. If you are looking for a full-bodied, innovative beer, look no further than New Sarum Brewing Company. A brewery with principles, a beer with heritage.
Scoreless game as we start the second quarter at Shuford Stadium here in Salisbury. Catawba fans, young and old, enjoying this contest today, as it's a 2nd and 6 for Tusculum. Pistone remains in the game at quarterback. And we'll look at all the shuffling along the offensive and defensive line as the handoff goes to Maxwell Joseph into the second level, and he's tripped up at the 15-yard line by Mike Miller. A touchdown-saving tackle there for Catawba.
Well, and Joseph starting to get into the flow of this game now. His 4th carry so far, but he's a bigger back, and one of those guys, the more carries he gets, more of a rhythm he feels. And the offensive line starting to get good push up front. Chris, you talked about earlier in the game, they're big up front. They average 6'3", 307 pounds, so they want to impose their will and get moving north and south.
And before that carry, Jay, Joseph was averaging 7 yards on the ground per rush. Picked up even more there. Little stutter step as Joseph gets it again, and he is stonewalled there. Jordan Hemingway gets the bell tolling for him, and his first tackle of the day.
Well, this was a heck of a play by Hemingway. Number 99 right in the middle of this defensive line. Look at him shed the block up front, get off of it, and then make the tackle. And that's just picture perfect technique. That's how you draw it up. Engage your block, use your hands, throw it off, shed, and then make the tackle.
7th play of this drive now for Tusculum, facing a 2nd down and 9. Into the red zone for the first time today, perhaps in field goal range, but you know this Catawba defense would love to get a big stop. 3-step drop. Pistone floats one to the end zone and incomplete. Boy, Bellinger nearly had a spectacular one-handed catch.
Bellinger, he's got the length outside his one-on-one opportunity. 6'3" with long arms. Stoney took the shot with the one-on-one coverage, and right there it looked like it was going to be Odell Beckham catch, and then the ball just slipped right at the last second.
Tusculum yet to convert a 3rd down today. They're 0 for 2, and granted not many opportunities, but is this a situation where maybe if you're Catawba, you bring some pressure here on 3rd down and long?
Yeah, when you've got quarterbacks rotating, they haven't gotten to a flow of a game, I would be the aggressor. I'd bring pressure and try to confuse them.
It looks like Coach Walker wants to talk about it and wants to talk to his defense about what they want to do here ahead of this 3rd down and 9 play. You were talking about bringing some pressure. Is that what you're looking to do here?
I mean, I think in a ball game like this where you want to create a spark here, especially early in the game, you're backed up. Why not bring some pressure? Why not try to get a big play? You've seen your defensive line use their quickness, great technique. But if you can get those guys up front to hold on the blocks, and then you can bring a linebacker to the outside, you know, that's going to create some confusion. And I think for Tusculum here, you know, you've got to expect the blitz. So what are you going to do? You got to make sure you've got your hot reads and get rid of the ball quickly, because your offensive line may not be able to hold up. And also, too, look for your one-on-one matchups. They went to Bellinger on the last play. He's going to be lined up here one-on-one again. And he's your big wide receiver on the outside down the bottom of the screen.
And a couple of guys in single coverage down there. You mentioned Bellinger, also Aaron Fudge, who lines up in the slot. 3-step drop, Pistone with pressure, floats one, that's incomplete. Out of the backfield, Lorenzo Pratt was the intended target, but he couldn't haul it in, and now 4th down coming.
And Chris Thompson, the defensive back, number 9, he brought the heat, and he forced Stone to get rid of the ball. You know, we talked about the pressure, what it can do. The defense there being aggressive and now forcing a field goal.
The DeFada who will come on and try the 31-yard field goal. Joe DeFada, the senior, 7 of 10 in field goals this year. So again, from 26, he's 1 of 1 in this range. He's hit from 27 this year. Remember, Catawba's already blocked 4 kicks this season. Nearly got another one, as this kick is good. So DeFada hits from 31, and it's a big lead for the first read of the game for Tusculum. They lead 3-0. We're back with more after this.
Spritzy is an innovative, cutting-edge soda machine that is disrupting the soda industry. What Keurig has done for the coffee industry, Spritzy is doing to the soda industry. Soda is a trillion-dollar industry. Now is your chance to get involved on the explosive growth of Spritzy and change how we drink soda. Spritzy is a healthier choice than normal soda. Great for the environment and great for you to invest in. Call now to invest and grab your shares before it's all gone. Invest in Spritzy.
Broken air conditioner? That could be a $4,400 bill you weren't expecting. Fridge on the fritz? That could cost you $2,500. Get the First American Home Warranty Plan. And when a covered item breaks, call or click. That's it. And we'll repair or replace it for you. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget? Or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
If you don't have First American warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-657-8090.
Coach Odom and Tusculum takes the early 3-0 lead after a 10-play, 50-yard drive that took 4:34 off the clock, and that's probably what Coach Odom wants to see. Finally, a drive out of his offense, but it's a win for Catawba too, right? Only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, and they bent a little bit there, but they didn't break. They didn't give up the big play in the end zone, and now an opportunity for their offense. They really haven't gotten into any type of rhythm here. And Avon's been running around for his life, Chris. They've got to be able to protect up front, give him time to throw the ball downfield.
Kenyatta Green on the return outside the 10. Hurdles a man and gets out to the 29-yard line. Catawba's offense back out on the field as we go back down to Aaron.
Catawba head coach Curtis Walker said that his entire offensive line is banged up right now, but they're your lunch pail, put your hard hat on, go to work type of players. If you take a close look at Catawba center Kevin Norton, you can see it. After that last offensive drive, he immediately put his hands on his knees, bent over in the middle of the field, slowly walked off the field, and gingerly walked over to the bench, sat down, took his helmet off, immediately putting his head in his hands. His eyes were closed shut tightly. He was wincing. He was the last player off the bench to get back onto the field during this drive.
And Aaron, an interception for Bryce Bartlett. So call Toby Ziegler. Bartlett's on the loose. And the first pick of the day for this Pioneer defense, both sides of the turnover.
Well, and they're just roving around. A good job high pointing the ball, and Bartlett playing center field. That ball just hung up in the air a little bit too long, even putting it in harm's way. Double coverage. This Tusculum defense, again, doing a good job getting emotional, getting excited down there.
Let's look at this Tusculum defense, Jay, that's been really good so far in the contest today, and they've really hit hard in the first quarter and a half.
They've been very physical. They've been aggressive. They've been bringing the blitz, but they've been getting after Avon. And that's so important to feel that pressure on the quarterback, forcing him to get rid of the ball early.
Just forced Avon to throw another interception, his 7th of the season, and now they go back to the ground. And Joseph, who was so good on that last drive, gets the first call there, picks up 6 yards on first down. It's Cameron Davis who finally brought him down.
Well, it's amazing how game plan changes and evolves as they feel out the defense, and Tusculum came out throwing the ball every play on that first drive. Now they're going to more of a traditional 2 tight end set, really loading up on the offensive line here, using the power plays to establish the line of scrimmage.
Just 35 rushing yards so far. Most of them have come on the last 2 drives. Play action. Pistone going to throw deep down the field, and that one's picked off by Catawba. It's intercepted by Jeremy Addison. That's his 2nd pick of the year. And Catawba with 2 picks in the first half today.
Well, and Addison, just like Bartlett, playing center field, roving over and high pointing the ball. A dangerous throw by Pistone there, double coverage. And we'll see him here. Plenty of time on the run here out of the pocket. No pressure at all, but he threw it up. And a good job coming down with it, and again, yards after the interception. This Catawba defense, they've been stingy today.
Yeah, they have. 2nd straight week for the interception for Addison. And I tell you, this has kind of become what we thought it might be, a grinded out defensive battle, at least so far. About a quarter and a half gone here in Salisbury. Avon will operate from the gun again, a lead play for Kenyatta Green, who's bottled up in the backfield. A couple of different players in there to make the stop. Nelson Louise made the initial hit that time defensively, the backup defensive end.
I know the focus is to get the ball to Green, but his strength is his speed, getting to the outside. And right now they're trying to run in between the tackles. The Tusculum defensive line is winning it there.
Let's go down to the field, Jay, and rejoin Aaron again.
To finish on center, Kevin Norton, he is walking with a visible limp on the sidelines. He had that right leg injury late last week.
Pass and a touchdown for Tusculum. Joshua Forrest with the defensive score. Forrest with his first pick of the year, and how about that as the Pioneers on the board again.
And Forrest just dominated, whipped his block up front. And then Chris, he couldn't get too even, but he got his hands up. That's the next best thing. He got it up there.
There is a flag down, and this could be a celebration penalty perhaps on Tusculum. For Forrest, the backup bandit, his first interception of the season. But Catawba's leaving the offense back out on the field, it looks like. And here's our referee, Daniel Ingram.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, Tusculum's bench. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
The 10th interception of the year for this defense, and for Avent back-to-back possessions with a pick. Here's another look at it, Jay.
Well, look at him come right up the middle here. Great job kind of swatting the ball with his left hand. That was an amazing interception for a defensive lineman to knock it down, stretching out his arm, and then be able to hold on to the ball, focus it all the way through. That was a great play.
DeFada has not missed an extra point this year. He still has not missed an extra point this year. It's a 10-point lead for Tusculum as they get the defensive score here early in the second quarter.
And interceptions going back and forth. And then Tusculum taking advantage of it. And Chris, it starts up front. If you're winning the battle of the line of scrimmage, good things happen there. Beating the block, getting the touchdown. Now Catawba looks up at the scoreboard down 10-0. They've done some good things. They just haven't been able to get a spark. There's nothing going for them that creates momentum or big, exciting plays. And that's what Coach Odom talked about. He said he wanted to limit the explosive plays. And they've been able to do that so far.
Well, let's talk about Catawba from an offensive perspective. Now, back-to-back series with an interception. There was a pick six. If you're Dustin Ward, that offensive coordinator, what are you telling your offense right now?
Well, right now, they're not giving Avent enough time to throw the ball. So they've got to get rid of the ball. So he's got to change up the game plan a little bit, try to do quick, short throws so the pass rush doesn't get to Avent. But also, too, you've got to settle down your freshman quarterback. And then you've got to talk to your offensive line. Hey, guys, listen, we need to protect and we need to get some run blocks because they have to have some sort of balance in the running game.
So Glick ready to kick it away. Glick is that kickoff specialist for Catawba. Boy, he has been for Tusculum, been very, very good all year long. As Kenyatta Green back deep, remember that 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct foul enforced on this kickoff. So it's Glick who's kicking from the 20, and perhaps this could be a returnable opportunity here for Kenyatta Green.
Well, that's an area when you have a penalty after the celebration. You know, you're excited about the big play, but Tusculum there and air should help out the field position battle here for Catawba.
Green from the 22. Through some tacklers and up to the 45-yard line. Green, a good return. Was upset he couldn't break it. As Catawba ready to hit the field again when you return to Salisbury in an entertaining first half.
Creating beer is work, but creating great craft beer is a labor of love. In the heart of Rowan County, you'll discover a brewery that taps into this passion to source local ingredients and pair it with a knowledgeable team with proven, tested methods. New Sarum forges handcrafted beer in an old meets new style. If you are looking for a full-bodied, innovative beer, look no further than New Sarum Brewing Company. A brewery with principles, a beer with heritage.
Catawba down 10 as they get the football back, trying to get something going on offense. For the Indians right now, Jay, just 20 yards of total offense, only 8 rushing yards, 12 passing yards for Ken Avent, as they will start on the ground and give it to Bryant, who fights his way for 2 yards up to the 46-yard line. Devin Woodson, the backup tackle, made the stop.
Jordan Ozinski there, the tight end, trying to get involved in the running game, leading the path, but a couple backside blocks missed. That's what enabled the penetration.
And good to see Ozinski back in there. Did not play last week. Missed part of the game against Albany State a few weeks ago with an injury. Hoping that he would play today, and I think Coach Odom expected that he would play. Ken Avent on the quarterback keeper. He will get 4 or 5 yards out toward midfield as we go back to the field, and Aaron with a late flag flying in.
Catawba tight end Jordan Osinski has been out the past 2 games. He came out against Carson Newman with a high ankle sprain. Did not go last week against Wingate. Prior to the game, though, he had 199 yards in receptions, so it's somebody that they need out there for Jordan Avent. He's a tall body, he's 6'3", somebody that he really likes to hit.
Yeah, absolutely, Aaron. They need all those weapons they can get on the outside, and there was a 15-yard personal foul penalty at the end of that play. Here's referee Ingram.
Personal foul, late hit, defense, 15-yard penalty, first down.
So the penalty is aiding Catawba a little bit after the 15-yard foul on the kickoff. 15 more yards as we check out the replay.
See coming up right there. And Chris, I'll tell you, a couple missed blocks there. That was a heck of a job by Avent, getting outside there, getting positive yards, because there was nowhere to go. It just shows you the speed, agility he has, and just finding some running room to get positive yards.
Bryant remains in the game at the running back position as Avent calls for the snap. They rush 4. Bryant on the little sweep into the second level. Another first down for Bryant as he picks up 14. D. Alford, the cornerback, finally wrestled him to the turf.
Look at the offensive line. Andozinski, number 7, blocking down, and then 78, 55, Norton, Harris, Sands clearing the path out. That offensive line got moving there on their pull blocks, hit it downhill, and a good job clearing a path.
Coach Walker said he wanted that offensive line to be a little more consistent, but great work on that drive. Read option for Avent, speeding into the second level, and he's carrying men with him to the goal line. It'll be first and goal Catawba as Avent up the field for a big play.
Harris and Ozinski again with big blocks, and Avent, he's slippery. Look at him here, getting this ball in the shotgun, zone read, pulling the ball, and then just following the blocks up front. And then the resiliency here, continuing to push the pile, just shows the fight that he has. A good job by his teammates clearing the path.
Bryant remains in as the running back. Some confusion for Tusculum defensively. Avent keeps it and finds Painter. Catawba on the board for the first time on homecoming.
Catawba here fighting back after the interception. They needed a spark on offense. The freshman quarterback, we'll see it here, running right up the middle, fake jet sweep, and then it was all him up the middle, offensive line, and setting up the blocks. And then look at this aggressive run, seeing the end zone, going after it. So impressed with this drive by Catawba. It's the ability, after getting knocked down, to punch back, and that's the rhythm they want to see here, mixing in the run and the pass.
And now Lee Brackman, 15 of 17 in point afters this year to make it a 3-point game. And you knew Brackman was going to bang that one through. It's a 3-point lead for Tusculum as Catawba with an answer offensively, and that's the spark Coach Walker was hoping for.
Well, and on that drive, the difference was the offensive line. It gave Avent room to run. And anytime you get a younger quarterback in the rhythm, it builds his confidence. You could just see him as he finished off that touchdown, this whole offense, the excitement and the momentum it created.
All right, let's go back down to the field and say hi again to Aaron.
The Catawba Indians' recent losses have come in close ball games. Head coach Curtis Walker said that this week he told the coaches that they had to be the energy for their players. It has been very quiet on the sidelines, but after that touchdown, it has blown up. These players are excited. And you know who's the most excited? Yeah, that's right, head coach Curtis Walker. He ran out onto the field, throwing fist pumps, yelling, that's it, tapping everybody on the head, slapping them on the back, throwing high fives. very excited, lots of energy. Momentum should be on the Catawba Indians side.
Yeah, absolutely, Aaron, especially if their defense can create another big play right here. And no reason to think that they can't. The defense started with 2 takeaways this afternoon, and we'll see what Catawba can do on this defensive series as Brackman puts it in play again. First kick was not returnable. This one is, though, for Lorenzo Pratt. Trying to reverse the field position, and look at Brackman with a big tackle at the 30-yard line. Brackman, the ubiquitous kicker, doing it all.
Well, that was great technique, and you know, he's a big kid, and getting your nose dirty down there, you don't see that too many times. I have a feeling they're going to show that in the film room. He's going to get some high fives for that.
6'5", 195-pound senior. And
let's look at it here.
Yeah, look at Brackman with that great. Oh, look at that form.
They may need to move him to linebacker. He's going to be a two-way player.
Iron Man football. Catawba showing pressure. They back off as Pistone stays in there. That ball batted up and incomplete. Nearly the 3rd interception of the day for this Catawba defense. Looks like Staley was the one that got his hand up and batted it down. Let's go back down to the field. Aaron's got another hit.
Getting his right ankle wrapped. As I said earlier, he has been limping around. Looks like he is in a lot of pain. Lee Brackman, the kicker, sat down next to him, and the injured quarterback, Reed Carlton, asked him if he was okay earlier, and he said it hurts. So he is in a lot of pain right now.
Nice run that time for Maxwell Joseph as he'll get a first down after the 45-yard line. You know, Norton's been another one of those guys, Aaron, that's been banged up for Catawba this year, missed some time, had to come out of the game against Carson Newman a few weeks ago. So the injuries continue to pile up for the Indians, but piling up the yards is Maxwell Joseph on the ground today.
He's been good.
He has.
I mean, just his vision. And obviously, he's a tough physical runner, but he waits for the line to set up, and then he'll attack the path, and he finishes off runs.
Trips to the top of your screen for Tusculum. Ferguson fakes a blitz, out route, caught by Aaron Fudge, and he will gain 4 before Caleb Allen pushed him down. Actually, they're going to give him 5 out to midfield as we check out the catch again.
Here, pretty good coverage. Fudge, once he caught it, able to focus on it. It's tough when you know that someone's going to hit you right when you catch the ball, still be able to come down with it. It's a good job, even though it's only 5 yards, moving the chains.
Second catch of the day for Fudge, 15 yards receiving. Averaging about 20 yards per game through the air, so near his season average now on 2nd down and 5. Shipley is the lone running back. They fake the give to him. Plenty of time for Pistone looking deep down the field, and Bellinger couldn't haul it in. There is a flag, though, and we'll check out the laundry in just a moment. Are you surprised they've stuck with Pistone and not gone back to Ogle?
Well, I think they're going to try to give him one more opportunity here and try to give both guys 3 series to get into rhythm. But I'd expect here after this drive, it's not a touchdown, to go back.
52. 5-yard penalty, still 2nd down.
Brendan Harrison trickled a little too far downfield there. So Coach Walker accepts the penalty. 2nd down and 10, much better than 3rd down and 5 for his defense. A couple of personnel changes. Deshaun Davis into the game for one of the first times today, the junior from Rock Hill. He'll be in the slot toward the top of your screen. Pistone checking at the line of scrimmage. Look out for Fudge in single coverage. Play clock at 3, Pistone with time. Another deep ball and overthrew everyone. Perhaps trying to look for Jacob Moss on that flyer out, but it's 3rd down.
And he had plenty of time to throw it. He just overshot it and just too much arm strength there. His one-on-one coverage, the offensive line, they held up. It's Catawba's secondary, though. They've been doing a good job staying in coverage. They've been playing with 1 or 2 high safeties, so those guys are playing deep back there, and they're willing to give up the underneath play, but they haven't been giving up the big play through the air.
3rd down and 10. It's another 3rd down opportunity here for Tusculum. They've not been great on 3rd downs this afternoon, 0 for 3 as we are approaching the midway point of this 2nd stanza. Catawba brings 5, out route to Fudge, couldn't haul it in. Allen was in the neighborhood, and that's a drop for the freshman wide receiver.
Yeah, Caleb Allen there, tight in coverage, but Fudge when he turned, it looked like the ball just kind of hit off his hand, and he looked like he was going to get it. We'll see right there. He looked like he was focusing on it, but then that second hit, couldn't bring it in. Allen in tight in coverage. This Catawba defense, though, getting off the field here after that touchdown. We talked about the emotion they were showing. They should feel some of this momentum coming back to their sideline.
Another punt was nearly blocked, but Cantrell gets it away. Green calls for the fair catch, and Catawba will start from the 35 after this timeout. Momentum squarely on Catawba's sideline. They trail by 3 and getting the football back after this timeout. Catawba down 3, getting the football back here midway through the second quarter from Schuford Stadium. Chris Edwards, Jay Sonhalter, Aaron Summers with you from Salisbury this afternoon, and Ken Avent leading his troops back out onto the field. Kenyatta Green will get the call on the first carry of this drive and stop for virtually no gain. You know, Jay, we talked in the open about Catawba wanting to get the running game going with Kenyatta Green, but they've almost seemed to sacrifice the passing game to get the running game going. Just 12 passing yards for Avent so far today. Obviously a couple of picks, but Osicki has not been targeted. And Will Sweeper, their downfield threat, just 1 target so far.
And Dre Dunbar as well. And you know, a lot of credit should go over to Tusculum, but it seems like Catawba's been trying to run the ball. But sometimes, if you're not having success running the ball, you have to open it up. Take some shots downfield, and then that will open up the running game.
Even on the read option, cannot get out of the grasp of one of the great linebackers, Brandy Hooks, the middle linebacker who led the team with 11 tackles last week. Makes the big stop there, and quickly 3rd down and 15 for Catawba after a 5-yard loss.
3rd and long situation coming up now. Catawba, again, we talked about being careful on 3rd down. With the blitzing schemes Tusculum has, you know, in order to pick up this 1st down, you've got to protect up front with the ability to get penetration from the defensive side. We talked about screen passes.
Yeah.
You know, look towards Green on a short play where he slips out of the backfield. And also, too, he hasn't been doing a lot of pass protection here. So it's going to be good to try to get him on a swing route where he's got one-on-one, especially with the blitz coming.
Catawba 2 of 5 on 3rd downs today. Avent under siege and sacked again. Joshua Forrest, who had the pick 6 earlier, boy, he's having a whale of a first half as he makes the sack.
All over the field, and here we'll see Green trying to slip out of the backfield. He ran a little swing route and then went upfield as Avent was trying to elude the rush. But Avent, not much time to throw at all. Forrest, again, getting penetration, great technique, and then finishing off the play.
His 2nd sack of the season, and now Caleb Berry will have to punt it again. Line drive punt. Alford will return. Trying to find a lane. There's a flag as Alford checks across midfield and down to the 45, but seems to be in the neighborhood of a hold or a block in the back against Tusculum. And we will check out the flag as the Pioneers are prepared to head back onto the field.
During the return, blocking the back, return team number 29. 10-yard penalty from the spot of foul, first down.
Jay, penalties have been an issue for both teams today. For Tusculum, already their 5th penalty of the afternoon.
And that's something, you know, the coaches talked about, especially at this point in the season. Usually the first couple games say, hey, a lot of penalties, that's normal. But here, midway point, as we inch closer towards the end of the season, that's something that can't keep happening. And your guys have to clean up that area because it's hidden yards that you're losing here in Tusculum. You know, they had ball right around midfield, now being brought back a little bit here.
Carter Mangle, the tight end, into the contest. A bigger package here. Pistone still in at quarterback. Audibles. Play clock at 2. Handoff. Shipley, and oh, what a hit. Laying the lumber that time for Catawba was Josh Smith, a defensive end.
You see Smith here on the backside, number 36, winning the block up front. It was on the backside where he slipped through, going against Mangle. He won it. When the ball's flowing away, as a defensive lineman, you have to continue to chase after the ball, stay low, use your technique, and there he didn't give up for a big hit.
Now 2nd down and 8. They give him 2. What a hit by Smith. It was anchoring that defensive line. Now 2nd down and 8. 4 wide receivers. Pistone to throw. Stepping up. Now going to try and run. He's got a lane and will slide down a yard shy of the markers. We go down to the field and air it.
Catawba defensive end Josh Smith, who we just saw on that big hit there, has had a very interesting path to Catawba. Coming out of high school, he was recruited by NC State, Auburn, Florida State, Clemson, South Carolina, even Princeton. But he had a knee injury during his junior season, and he started his coaching career at Tusculum. After they had a coaching change, he decided to go to the Citadel. But military life wasn't for him, and he ended up here at Catawba. He's jumped around a few positions, but he's landed here at defensive end. Coach Walker said he's athletic, physical, and gives them lots of options.
Yeah, Aaron, now on 3rd down and 2, trying to get off the field. They cannot, as Tusculum fights their way for a first down to the 45-yard line as the carry went to Shipley again. It's the first 3rd down conversion for Tusculum today.
And it's something they've been so good at throughout the season. This Catawba defense, finding a way to get off the field. They've been 40% though on 3rd down converting. You know, this offense, you know, they continue to run the ball, Chris, and you feel like at some point they're going to try to connect on a deep passing play. And they have taken a couple of shots, but I've been a little bit surprised they haven't tried to open things up more through the air.
And maybe a passing situation here. Catawba shows pressure. They bring a bit of a blitz as Shipley pinballs off one tackler and spins down to the 40. It was Josh Smith, who we just talked about, making his 2nd stop on this drive. But a pickup of 5, and I'm sure Coach Odom is very happy with 5 yards on first down.
Yeah, and Curtis Walker, head coach, defensive coordinator, calling the plays over there. He's starting to bring more blitzes on 1st and 2nd down. We had seen them coming on 3rd down, but now trying to change things up, give different looks to the Tusculum offense. But they're doing a good job getting positive yards by the offensive line.
You know, we talked about the 2-quarterback system for Tusculum. They're sticking with Pistone. So far, 3 of 9. Ogle, 2 of 6. Ogle got the first 3 series. Pistone the last few. He'll throw for one of the few times today. Now with no one open, going to try and run. And he'll get just a couple of yards before they tack on 15 more for a late hit. That happened right in front of Coach Walker. He wanted to hold, pleading his case with the head linesman, but to no avail. It'll be another first down for the Pioneers.
Oh, that's obvious. Whenever you've got, especially quarterback running towards the sideline, you cannot hit him even close to the sideline, otherwise the flag's going to be thrown. And there's going to be cheap yards. Catawba's going to lose here with a late hit.
3rd penalty of the day on Catawba.
Dead ball. Personal foul, defense, number 34. 15-yard penalty for the end run, first down.
And Coach Walker still pleading his case down there as Catawba's defense looks on. That's something you can't do, Jay, when you're trying to get back into a game, as we glance at the late hit.
And that's 3 yards out of bounds.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there's much there. Just a incidental contact. Melvin, the junior out of Fayetteville's Jack Britt High School. Sun now peeking out. It's good to see. I'm sure everybody down there is loving the sun. Pistona's been under center most of the afternoon. Three-step drop, fade into the end zone. Players go tangling, flags come flying on the incomplete pass. Bellinger the intended target, but I think a pass interference call is going to aid this pass attempt for the Pioneers.
It's Caleb Allen out there, and it was one-on-one coverage. Him and Bellinger going against each other. They've been battling all day long. It's been fun to watch those guys. This is going to go against Catawba.
Pass interference. Defense, number 11. 15-yard penalty, first down.
Second automatic first down on this drive, and it's been those two infractions, Jay, that have really propelled the Pioneers as they're now into the red zone and will have a first and goal.
This is a tough play when you're out on an island. You see Bellinger going up for the ball. Allen, they both kind of slipped down there. Maybe his arm was there. Bellinger looking for the flag. He got it. As a defensive back, that's so tough when you know you don't have safety help over the top. Kind of lock that man up. He did a good job boxing him out there. Then at the last minute, a little bit too much contact for the officials.
Final 3 minutes of this first half with Catawba down 3. Tusculum trying to punch in their first offensive touchdown of the day. Handoff to Joseph. And he'll fight his way down to the 5, give him 3. Mike Miller finally made the stop. And now second down and goal.
Now this is where Joseph really wants to take over here, close to the goal line, 230 pounds again. He's a physical back. If you're Tusculum, you want to load up that offensive line, 2 tight ends, 3 tight end sets. We've seen him mix in their personnel, run the ball to try to push this across the goal line.
From the 5-yard line, second and goal. Battle up front so important in situations like this. Full house backfield. Joseph again trying to get to the edge, and at the pylon, he's in. Touchdown, Tusculum. Tusculum with their first offensive score of the day as Joseph in from 5 yards out.
Well, and Joseph did it, but it was his patience following his fullback, Will Boney, number 40. Look at the senior right here, clearing out one man, and then ricocheting out a couple more, allowing Joseph to get to the edge, and then finish it off in the end zone.
Now DeFada for the extra point, as Tusculum regains a 2-score advantage. And we told you DeFada, perfect in point afters this year. 2-time Special Teams Player of the Week in the SAC Conference this season. Drives home the extra point, and Tusculum's back in front by 10 as Catawba tries to get something going offensively, down by 10 points once more.
The defense there with the penalties, it really hurt them, Chris. And then now you look at the scoreboard, you're down by 10. Still plenty of time here to try to get a score before half. They just haven't been able to get into any type of rhythm other than their touchdown scoring drive. And that's where their offensive line won up front.
A long scoring drive, 8 plays, 59 yards, took nearly 4 minutes, Jay. And now with 2:13 to go in the first half, Catawba gets the football to start the third quarter, so an important series here for the Indians. And you know, on the flip side for Tusculum, they're going to want their defense to make a stand and a statement here at the end of the first half.
And they've been good. That defense has been playing physical, and they've been doing a lot of different blitzing schemes, so they've had the ability to get into the backfield. But as an offensive line and running backs, guys in pass protection, first quarter, maybe first half, it's hard to get the feel of what the defense is trying to do. But now, after gaining some experience against them, you kind of see the different schemes, see where the blitz is coming from. I look for some adjustments to be made at the half, but these guys should be doing a better job protecting Avent, which is going to help them throwing the ball, and also him. He's had a lot of success getting outside the pocket, running the ball too, Chris.
So now Brandon Glick ready for the kickoff. Anthony Staley is back deep for Catawba. Down to the field quickly and Aaron.
Tusculum kickoff specialist Brandon Glick. joined the team late after every single kicker and punter graduated last season. Coach Odom set out to find some new talent. Glick is a transfer from the Citadel. He had hung up his pads and decided to start playing baseball at Tusculum. Odom got a tip from one of his coaching buddies in Charleston that Glick had been the Citadel's backup kicker. So Odom sauntered up to Glick in the cafeteria one day, and yes, he used the word saunter, and asked the baseball player if he'd be interested in kicking. Brandon said yes, and they went off to find the baseball coach. The rest is history.
And I think he may have to kick off again here, Aaron. Yep, gonna have to do it all over again. So a chance to showcase that leg. You like the call by Coach Walker to make them re-kick and try and get a little better return out of this?
Yeah, I mean, I think you want to get as good a field position as possible, and they're not satisfied. So, yeah, make them kick again, give your return unit another opportunity here. And another thing is, when you've got a kickoff team that has to kick it twice, that coverage unit, they get tired. So many times you'll see on the second kick, those guys not running down as hard or not focused on their assignment, staying in their lane. So that's another thing to watch out for, is to see if those guys are tired running down another time.
Looks like Catawba's going to insert somebody new back there at the return spot. Devontae Tanksley is the deep man. There you see him in the center of your screen. Not a ton of returning yards for Tanksley, but perhaps looking for a spark with just north of 2 minutes remaining in this first half. Tanksley from the 9. Up the hashes. Look at the speed. A stutter step. And Catawba with great field position at the 43. Tanksley with a 46-yard return on the kickoff.
And Coach Walker, he made the right call there, making Tusculum kick it again. And that kickoff return unit, outstanding job setting up their blocks. Very physical there. You know, whenever you've got a return unit that's physical at the point of attack, you've got a returner that's patient, you can get a big hitter there and a good field position to start this drive.
All right, so Catawba now, Jay, 2 timeouts, down by 10, 2:02 left in the second quarter. Essentially a 2-minute drill, which is what you practice every Thursday, isn't it?
Yep, every Thursday, and you know, it's one of those situations where you get into a rhythm, but you have to get this first down. But if you're Avent, you cannot take a sack here, Chris. You've got to have that internal clock in your head to get rid of the ball because you know the blitz is coming.
They rush 4. Avent dumps it off, intercepted. It's the 3rd pick of the first half for Tusculum. Intercepted by the Pioneers. And it's Ivan Hogan's, our star to watch, with his 2nd pick of the season.
It was a zone blitz, and Hogan's just sitting right in the middle of the coverage, reading the eyes of Avent. We'll see him here as a crossing route. Avent was looking towards Ozinski, crossing one way, Sweeper the other, but it was Hogan just reading the eyes. And this defense really doing a good job disguising their blitz and forcing Avent into a turnover.
And now for Tusculum, boy, a chance now with 1:53, Jay, to really put some distance between yourselves and Catawba at the end of this first half. Catawba's going to count on that defense again to make a stop. To the ground. It's Lorenzo Pratt into the second level. Pratt cuts it to the outside. And it's 1st and goal for the Pioneers. Finally bringing him down to make the stop that time was Elijah Banks, the backup corner. But Pratt into the second level for his biggest run of the day.
Look at the senior back on his zone run. Went off towards the left, then a little cutback, just reading his blocks up front. They put a hat on a hat, kept their shoulders square. A lot of room to run. It was a sudden change. Catawba wasn't able to come out with the intensity there. They got pushed back.
Longest run of the year for Pratt there after a 27-yard gain. It's 1st and goal from the 8. Back to the ground. Pratt again will try to finish the drive and does. It's the 14th rushing score of the year for Pratt, and the Pioneers get the points off the turnover and take a big lead.
Pratt and Joseph, it's been a good 1-2 punch. And here just relying on their offensive line. Another zone run towards the outside. Good seal blocks. Then Pratt, averaging 4.5 yards per carry coming into this game. And he's a talented player. When the offensive line gets pushed up front, Joseph Pratt, so dangerous coming out of the backfield.
And there's so many guys they can count on, Jay, in a tailback position. Shipley, Pratt, well, it goes on and on as the extra point is no good. First miss of the year for DeFada as he hooks one to the left. But Catawba, Jay, with 1:16 left, they've got time, but man, right now it's just all Tusculum here in the first half.
Well, the defense is causing problems for Catawba's offense, and even though you've got a 16-point deficit, you know, if you get a score here, you can get the ball back after halftime. You can make some adjustments. You're at your home field. You can get back in this ball game very quickly, but it starts with the ability to neutralize this Tusculum defense.
3 picks today for Tusculum's defense that's led to that scoring drive there. Hogan's, as we mentioned, his second interception of the year, the preseason all-conference selection, and everything going right now for Coach Odom and his club. They're trying to get to 4-1 in conference play. They've matched their conference win total from last season. They've still got a lot to play for. They're still trying to fight to get into the Division II playoffs at the end of the year, and they've got a lot in front of them. Coach Odom said, hey, we've been in the playoffs now for 3 straight weeks, and they're continuing that playoff intensity here this afternoon.
Yeah, they've got that mentality, Chris, and they've been playing so hard in this ball game. But on the other side, Catawba too, Coach Walker talked about the importance of this game. Even though they haven't had the season they've wanted so far, everything can change now in this ball game, and they can finish off this season strong. That's why they talk about the mentality, the emotion coming in this game. And right now, the emotion is on Tusculum's sideline with the big plays they've had coming from the defense.
Tanksley 5 yards deep, will not bring it out. Catawba will start from the 25. Well, if you're this Catawba offense, didn't have a lot of time to sit around and talk about it on the sideline, but what's the message you think from Coach Walker and Dustin Ward, their offensive coordinator?
Well, the first thing is you can't get rattled, and you can't get down because you've had some turnovers. You've got to look at this game like it's 0-0, come out with that same fire. And then we've talked about their wide receivers, Chris. Their big play wide receivers, Dunbar, Sweeper, Ozinski, they haven't really been involved in the game plan. And I think especially being down, you've got to get those guys involved. Give them some shots down the field. Find where the one-on-one matchup is, because all those guys haven't been doubled the whole game. You got to find the open man and then let them win those one-on-one battles.
You talk about winning those battles, though. It seems like to me it's been the pressure of this defensive 3 or 4 for Tusculum that's been the story so far.
And that's where it works hand in hand. If Avon can't get rid of the ball, he can't find his receivers downfield.
Osinski couldn't haul that one in as Avon took a shot behind the play, and it's 2nd and 10.
Nelson Luis here,
yep.
He's the one that hit Avon. And you know, if as a quarterback you don't have time to throw, or you know you're going to get hit every time, it kind of makes you gun shy back there, and you can't be as accurate as you want.
2nd and 10, 71 seconds to go, first half. Catawba really needing a spark. Sweeper at the top of your screen in single coverage. Perhaps he could provide the spark, as he has numerous times this year for Catawba's offense. 2nd and 10, Avent going for Sweeper. Deep ball, almost intercepted again. Malik Goodman, a former SAC Defensive Player of the Week, couldn't haul that one in. But they did take a shot, and now 3rd down again for the Indians.
2 safeties back, cover 2 defense. It just read the eyes of Avon, kind of played that rover position, center field like. Another 3rd and long situation, 105 here. They've got to be careful here, because they punt this ball, Tusculum could have another opportunity for a scoring drive before half.
Yeah, still 3 timeouts for Tusculum, so the strategy comes in for both coaching staffs on this 3rd down play. They bring a blitz. Avent running for his life again. Finds Kenyatta Green, who makes the play and gets out to the 34-yard line. It'll be 4th down after a gain of 9. Clock continues to run, so Tusculum in no hurry here. It looks like Catawba's going to punt it away.
Well, that's not really how you draw it up, but Avent running for his life and finding Green, he's a good outlet valve there, but they just haven't been able to take those shots down the field.
And now Tusculum does take that timeout on 4th down and 1, with Catawba prepared to punt the football away. And if you're Coach Odom here, Jay, are you thinking about maybe bringing a rush on this punt?
I wouldn't, because I wouldn't want to risk running in the kicker and giving Catawba a 1st down. So I'd go for the return here. Now on the flip side, over on Catawba, this is where you go for it you go on 2. You try to get a offside penalty to pick up the 1st down, because you do not want to punt this ball off and give the ball back to Tusculum. So I'd go for it on 2 and see if you can get them to jump off sides.
Well, on the flip side, looks like Catawba is going to continue to punt away. I was going to ask you, do you maybe send your offense out there, try to get a hard count, but doesn't seem like Coach Walker wants to go down that route. On 4th down and 1, and what's been a tough first half for Coach Walker, his 6th season as the head coach. Former Catawba player. We'll have more on the Catawba family bonds around this year's squad coming up at halftime. as Barry gets the kick away. Returnable here for Alfred. And finally wrestled down a rugby tackle there at the 39-yard line. It was Nick Chandler, the long snapper, who got down there and did a nice job in coverage. 36.7 seconds left, 2 timeouts for Tusculum, already up by 2-3 scores here, Jay. Does this drive depend on what happens on first down?
Well, I think with the time you have left in the timeouts, even if they don't get positive yards here, I would still try to hit some deep shots. And Bellinger down the bottom of the screen here, number 11, he's going to be a one-on-one coverage. That's who I'd look for.
Pratt's the man that comes in motion. Catawba sagging back defensively. Just 2 linebackers there in the middle for the Indians. It's Pistone who stays in at quarterback, and a slant route to Fudge is complete. He will gain close to the first down marker, gain of 10, and a quick timeout from Coach Odom. Well, they just stopped the clock to move the chains. So they do not call a timeout.
Yeah, and Fudge ran a slant route going into the teeth of the defense, knowing he's going to get hit, still able to focus on that ball. Good timing and accuracy by Pistone.
Longest field goal of the year, if you're curious, for DeFada has been 43 yards. Still a ways to go. 1st and 10, Pistone, the happy feet. Dancing to the outside, and will just take a couple of yards. 12.5 seconds to go. 2nd down and long.
Now it's about getting into field goal position. You know, one play where you can possibly get down there. I don't know if you're going to have time to run 2 plays here, Chris. Before field goal position, 12.5 seconds left on the clock.
I mean, if you gain 10 more yards, you're looking at a 57-yard field goal, so you almost need maybe 20 to get into the fringe. DeFada's attempted 1 from 50 and beyond this year and has missed. A handoff to Pratt, and he nearly gets the field goal position as he'll pick up 8 or 9, and now 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and I think Coach Odom is content to take this one to the locker room. Boy, impressive first 30 minutes for Tusculum. Really an impressive second quarter. It was 0-0 after the opening stanza, but Tusculum exploding into the second half. A couple of big defensive scores. The defense was the story of that first half as well for the Pioneers.
The defense with the turnovers was huge. And then on the offensive side, Pistone came in the game, did a good job being accurate. But then it was the offensive line that really set the tempo up front, controlling the line of scrimmage and enabling the bounce, the run, and the passing game.
Coach Walker now going to join Aaron Summers on the sideline, and we'll get Coach Walker's thoughts on this first half. Aaron? Aaron, take it away.
Coach Walker, offensive line is having a hard time. Tusculum's defense is getting to them. How are you going to set up things better for quarterback Ken Avent to have more success?
Best thing we need to do is move our pocket and give him a chance. Right now we're sitting in the pocket and making him scramble off the penetration, but we got to move our pocket and give our quarterback a chance to make some easy throws.
Who are you going to call on to step up?
Oh, again, the whole team. Again, everybody got to make plays, and best thing for us right now is make sure our young men understand that everyone has the opportunity to step up, and any time we have a chance to make a play.
Thank you.
Okay.
Aaron, thanks. We'll have more of our halftime coverage coming up after this as Catawba trails at the break, 23-7.
Catawba College in Salisbury, offering students a degree in environment and sustainability. Access our 189-acre ecological preserve right on campus, with classes both outside and inside our sustainable facility. Study with conservationists and partner with regional and national ecological organizations. Scholarships available. More at catawba.edu.
Addiction brings unimaginable pain to those who are suffering from it and their loved ones. If you're battling addiction, we understand that you're hurting, and we're here to help. Against all hope, you can get better and free yourself from addiction. You do not need to suffer any longer. Seek the treatment you deserve. Call the number on your screen and take the first step toward a lifetime of freedom and recovery.
Call 800-232-2616.
It's only a matter of time until your check engine light comes on, or worse yet, your car needs repair. That could mean a big surprise auto repair bill. That's why it's so important you call CarShield today.
I was elated that I had CarShield. I was more than happy.
It's no fun when you have a car and it's broken and you can't pay for it to get it fixed.
So, if your vehicle has 5,000 to 150,000 miles, just tell us the make and model of your car or truck and get an instant plan quote. In a matter of minutes, you can be covered.
My experience with CarShield is that they absolutely come through every time I need them.
If my car breaks down, I can count on CarShield to cover it for me. CarShield definitely has my back.
Now it's the time to make the smart choice and protect yourself from sky-high auto repair bills. Call now for a free and instant protection plan quote. It's only a matter of time until repairs are needed, and once your car breaks down, it's too late.
Call 1-800-507-0179. Get covered today.
Halftime here in Salisbury with Tusculum on the road, leading 23-7 at the break. We go down to the field and rejoin Aaron Summers to begin our halftime coverage.
This Catawba football team has a lot of family ties, and I took the chance to talk to a couple players and the head coach about those memories and the ties that they have. Catawba prides itself on its family environment.
The tightness, the unit, the family atmosphere is one thing that really stands out about the Catawba family.
For quarterback Ken Avent and center Kevin Norton, that family bond goes much deeper. Redshirt freshman Ken Avent's father, Ken, and junior Kevin Norton's dad, Jason, both played together for the Tribe.
He's told stories about how much fun he had and how he still has best friends now that we're in college with him, so that made a good decision too.
I mean, I've heard a lot of stories about it and how much fun he had and all the big games and stuff like that, and I'm kind of glad I get to be a part of something like that, hopefully in the future.
Like Avent, his dad was a quarterback at Catawba.
He started me at a young age, just like throwing in the backyard and stuff like that, and took me to a lot of camps and stuff when I was little, but I got to decide what I wanted to do, and I really like it.
Avent's dad was good, and there's a 1993 South Atlantic Conference Player of the Year plaque hanging on the wall in the Tribe's athletic facility to prove it.
Yeah, that's pretty weird. Seeing him on the wall, he's like the sack player of the year. I want to be better than he was.
A staple on the offensive line, Kevin Norton took a different path than his dad, Jason, who was an all-conference kicker.
I was a little bit bigger than him when I was growing up, and so he was a little bit smaller, so the best place for me was the offensive line. You know, we'd be able to share stories, see how things were similar and different back in the day, and just talk about the good times we both had while we were at school.
But the bond goes even deeper for these families. Jason Norton and the elder Ken Avent, they both played with former Catawba linebacker and current Catawba head coach Curtis Walker.
Jason and Ken both are high school coaches, were high school coaches. Ken Avent was a head high school coach during his time. So we had a chance to see each other during the football season, on the recruiting trails, at conventions, and I had a chance to continue our relationship after college. And then when the recruiting process came for their young men, again, made it very exciting.
As that recruiting process unfolded, both dads had great things to say about their former teammate.
Coach Walker and my dad played together. He's talking about how he's a stand-up man and he's all for the team and everything.
Told me a lot. They got to play with each other, I think, for a couple of years, and told me how good of a guy he was and how he'd like for me to play for him.
It was very unique. During the recruiting process, it was humbling to understand that teammates of yours, I played with both Jason Norton as well as Ken Avent, to have those guys who saw me when I was doing my move as a young man moving into adulthood, to come back and allow their son to be a part of our family and what we stand for as far as the football program today. So it was very humbling to have those guys to allow their young men to be a part of our family.
While the trio share a special bond, Coach Walker was quick to say that the family feel extends throughout their program.
I really enjoy the fact that every mom and dad and grandma, grandpa, aunt, and uncle, whoever it may be, the extended family that allow their young men to be a part of our program. It's very humbling for our staff to know that we're giving that most precious jewel and giving us an opportunity to mend those rough ends and build them up to be that shiny diamond that their parents think they want to be.
With a rushing play of more than 30 yards, the Tribe on the board to start the contest.
I'm joined by Catawba center Kevin Norton's father, Jason Norton, who did play here at Catawba years ago. What is that bond like between you and your son, knowing that you played at the same college?
It's awesome. You know, him getting to come up here and watch him play at the school I played at. It's great, and I just love watching all my boys. My oldest just graduated from Air Force Academy and got to see him. But being here and watching Kevin, and know I played here too, it's an awesome feeling.
In the spirit of homecoming, what's your favorite memory from playing here?
Oh God, many. I really don't have a favorite one. They're always just fun, just a great time. You know, you get to meet with people and reminisce about good times, and they're all good.
You're now the athletic director at Pine Forest High School, and you've been battling cancer the past few years. How has that changed your perspective on life?
It's made me slow down and take every day slowly and just appreciate everything you got and slow down and take my time.
How has your son been an instrumental part in motivating you each day?
They have just been so strong for me. My whole family, my dad back home, my sister back home, my community in Richmond County, my family in Fayetteville, Pine Forest High School. Everybody just been so supportive. They pray for me all the time. It lifts me up and just try to keep a positive attitude. It's the only way I know how to do it.
Thanks, Jason.
Thank you.
They will bring you their
We'll be back with more halftime coverage here at Catawba after this.
And hit the road jack with trumpet solo.
It's only a matter of time until your check engine light comes on, or worse yet, your car needs repair. That could mean a big surprise auto repair bill. That's why it's so important you call CarShield today.
I was elated that I had CarShield. I was more than happy.
It's no fun when you have a car and it's broken and you can't pay for it to get it fixed.
So, if your vehicle has 5,000 to 150,000 miles, just tell us the make and model of your car or truck and get an instant plan quote. In a matter of minutes, you can be covered.
My experience with CarShield is that they absolutely come through every time I need them.
If my car breaks down, I can count on CarShield to cover it for me. CarShield definitely has my back.
Now it's the time to make the smart choice and protect yourself from sky-high auto repair bills. Call now for a free and instant protection plan quote. It's only a matter of time until repairs are needed, and once your car breaks down, it's too late.
Call 1-800-507-0179. Get covered today.
Tusculum leading Catawba here at the break as we take a look at the first half stats, Jay, and really that kind of tells the story. You look at the rushing yards and the total yards, that's really where the game, I think, has been the biggest difference.
Yeah, Catawba, they just haven't been able to get anything going offensively where Tusculum has, and then also the turnovers, 3-2 right there. Even though Tusculum has had a couple, their turnovers, one was a touchdown, and the other two resulted in great field position. So for Catawba, they've got to get their offense going in the second half, and it starts up front.
Penalties, a big bugaboo for both teams. 10 combined penalties that were accepted in the first half of plays. We take a look now at some of the first half highlights from today's contest. We mentioned those 3 turnovers. Catawba got things going early with Kenyatta Green, who had a nice play on the first drive of the game, and then the defense got things going in the first quarter.
But the defensive line, they're quick, they're fast, they got penetration, they did a good job, but then Pistone came in the game, and then he started taking some shots down the field, but the secondary stood up as well, doing a good job creating some great opportunities for their offense. They just weren't able to connect other than one drive.
Yeah, this Ken Avent with a nice run there to get some momentum back for Catawba in the second quarter. Powered his way down to the 1-yard line. Next play, Avent takes it in for the Catawba score. And you thought that maybe the Tribe had a little bit of momentum, but then it was Tusculum that came roaring back and really put together a nice end to that first half. And that's how we arrive at this halftime score, which is 23-7 in favor of Tusculum here at the break. We'll have more halftime coverage for you coming up after this timeout from Schufert Stadium, homecoming in Catawba. Back with more after this.
Catawba College in Salisbury, offering students a degree in environment and sustainability. Access our 189-acre ecological preserve right on campus, with classes both outside and inside our sustainable facility. Study with conservationists and partner with regional and national ecological organizations. Scholarships available. More at catawba.edu.
Snacking has never been this exciting. At Graze.com, we combine wholesome ingredients with the flavors we all love to create over 100 exciting snacks, like these. We'd love to send you a Graze sampler box for free. Just go to Graze.com, enter the code ENJOY25, and we'll mail your free box to your home or office. Join thousands of Grazers already in love with our exciting snacks. So come to Graze.com for your first box free.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-288-2704.
If you're struggling with at least $10,000 in credit card debt, you could qualify for National Debt Relief's Debt Reset Program. This program can reduce the balances on your debt and reduce your monthly payments while you become debt-free in 24 to 48 months. There are no upfront costs or out-of-pocket expenses. Imagine being debt-free in 24 to 48 months. Call now to see if you qualify. You can talk to a counselor right now.
Call 800-501-2990.
Nearing the start of the second half here at Schufert Stadium in Salisbury, back with Jay Sonhalter and Aaron Summers on the sideline. Chris Edwards with you as Catawba, Jay, down 23-7 at the break. It'll be Tusculum who's kicking off to Catawba in this second half in a couple of moments. But as you go back and survey the first 30 minutes of this game, Catawba right in it at the end of the first quarter. It was just that big second quarter, and really just like a 3 or 4 minute stretch in the second quarter that's been the difference in today's game.
Well, they got turnovers. Tusculum, they turned the ball over with those interceptions, and then it kind of rattled the offense of Catawba, and then things started getting away from them. But, you know, Coach Walker going to the half talked to Aaron about, hey, listen, we need guys to step up, be accountable. Still plenty of time here throughout this game. If they get a couple big explosive plays, they can get right back into it. But on the offensive side of the ball, A, they've got to protect the ball, and B, they've got to be able to hit some plays down the field, get something explosive going.
You know, at the outset of today's game, we talked about some of the keys to the game. Let's go back and look at those keys to see how these teams are doing and achieving what you thought were going to be big. And we'll start with Catawba.
Well, success on third down, you know, they haven't really been able to connect on that, and then minimizing mistakes, obviously, with the turnovers. Those are two areas that they can do much better at in the second half. And then that mistakes part, they had so many turnovers against Wingate, it's creeping into this game as well.
Yeah, 4 picks last week, 3 picks in the first half today. On the flip side for Tusculum, as you glance at their keys to the game, I think they're winning the line of scrimmage pretty handily right now.
Well, they're doing a great job. Offensive line, defensive line, they're winning both sides and then limiting explosive plays. Nothing going for Catawba in that area.
All right, we'll have the start of the third quarter coming up when you return to Salisbury after this on a beautiful day for football.
Catawba College in Salisbury, offering students a degree in environment and sustainability. Access our 189-acre ecological preserve right on campus, with classes both outside and inside our sustainable facility. Study with conservationists and partner with regional and national ecological organizations. Scholarships available. More at catawba.edu.
Spritzy is an innovative, cutting-edge soda machine that is disrupting the soda industry. What Keurig has done for the coffee industry, Spritzy is doing to the soda industry. Soda is a trillion-dollar industry. Now is your chance to get involved on the explosive growth of Spritzy and change how we drink soda. Spritzy is a healthier choice than normal soda, great for the environment and great for you to invest in. Call now to invest and grab your shares before it's all gone. Invest in Spritzy.
Third quarter about to begin here in Salisbury. As we start the third quarter, we go down to the field, say hi again to Aaron.
Chris, I spoke with Tusculum head coach Jerry Odom at the half, and he said that he's happy with how his team has played, but he is not okay with the amount of penalties that they had. He said that's what he addressed at the half. He said he went a little crazy on them about that because it's unacceptable and not what they need. He did say, though, that they are going to try to continue to get to quarterback. Ken Avent, as the Catawba's young quarterback, is very agile, athletic, and kind of running around on them a little bit. He said he's going to throw some different defenses at him, throw a little cover 2 as well as man-to-man to kind of make Avent think a little bit more.
All right, Aaron, thanks. Catawba, Jay, will try to get something going positive on offense as they start the third quarter. And so often you see that first drive of the third quarter for both teams really dictate how the second half might go.
It means so much, and this is where you have to kind of make those adjustments, but get that momentum back here to start the half.
Avent on the read option, still on his feet, stumbles across midfield into the second level, and Avent provides another spark. Robinson brought him down, but a 40-yard gain for Avent on the first play from scrimmage.
And once he gets in the open field, he's got great speed. We'll see him here on the zone read, making the right decision, pulling that ball away from the belly, the running back, and then taking off. And he's got breakaway speed. He ran away from a couple Tusculum defensive backs.
Longest run of the year for Avent as Bryant gets the call now, and he will surge ahead for 3 yards. So Catawba establishing the ground game with Forrest making the stop on that play for the Pioneers.
Catawba there trying to go a little bit up-tempo, try to get Tusculum's defense on their heels. That zone read, if they can get some blocks set up front, you can see how dangerous that play is when you've got a quarterback with good speed.
2nd down and 7 as Avent surveys the landscape. 4 down linemen here for Tusculum defensively as they walk up a safety. They bring that corner blitz. Avent's in trouble, avoids one man, and somehow gets it away to Osinski, who's going to have a first down. Well, from nothing to something, and look at the emotion from Osinski. He's trying to fire up the rest of his teammates.
His first catch on the day, and Avent looking like a magician back here with the blitz coming. Jerry Odom brought some heat, and then look at Avent right here, eluding the rush. It's a great job kind of dipping, getting away from Malik Goodman, number 36. Though Osinski coming back, looking for his quarterback, providing an outlet.
18th catch of the year for Osinski, and a timeout. There was a injured player that's down for Tusculum on the sideline. It looks like it's David Johnson, one of the cornerbacks that's down. And Jay, this is a depleted secondary already for Tusculum. Jay Boyd, their outstanding corner, he was lost 3 weeks ago to a torn ACL. He's done for the year, so that secondary is still trying to figure things out, and already down one man, maybe down another if Johnson unable to return.
The injuries test your depth. And Coach Odom, you know, so many young guys on this team, only 12 seniors, and he's having to depend on younger players to step up in the starting roles, and guys that were backups now getting a lot of playing time, and some of these guys developing, some more are going to get opportunities with these injuries that are piling up.
Yeah, only 12 seniors, but boy, that junior class sure is depth heavy. 24 juniors, and we were talking with Coach Odom earlier as Johnson being helped across the field. That's not a good sign for the junior corner out of Greenwood, South Carolina. We'll go down to the field. Aaron has a report for us. Aaron?
Tusculum corner David Johnson is being helped off the field right now. The trainers came over and they were looking at his left foot, the top of his foot. They were putting pressure on top of his shoe, on top of the wrap that he already has around that left foot, just to see how much pressure he could take. He's not putting any pressure on it at all as he's walking off the field.
Well, maybe a big blow to this secondary. Talking about that junior class, Coach Odom was talking to us before the game. He said, you know, we're not where we want to be, but we're getting closer. And now 1st and 10 Catawba from the 15-yard line. Boy, what a statement this would be for the Tribe if they can come out and punch one in to start the third. Bryant trying to find a hole, and instead only finds 3 yards before he's bottled up. Xavier Clemens, the nose guard, the redshirt freshman from Douglas, Georgia, made the stop.
Well, you know Catawba was challenged at half. You know, going in there, a lot of mistakes being made. They were challenged by the coaching staff. And for them, you can see the fight and the resolve they have coming out here with this drive, and just the intensity they're playing with. Even though they haven't scored, you can tell this is a new offense coming out here.
2nd down and 7. They can get a first down at the 5. Lead play for Bryant. Turns it upfield. Oh, what a hit by Randy Hooks, the middle linebacker, driving Bryant to the ground, and it's 3rd down.
Hooks, he's good in the middle of that defense. The Catawba offensive line, they drove back initial D linemen back into the linebacking core, but Hooks just kind of found a way to skip to the side and then fill the gap for the tackle.
Kenyatta Green coming in for the first time here in this second half. Dre Dunbar also moving to the top of your screen. It's Dunbar alone in single coverage, a guy that missed the game against Albany State, that had some big plays in the receiving core last week. Avent with time, gonna float one up for Osinski, who's got it. The first touchdown of the year for the senior tight end, and the Tribe on the board again.
There's one-on-one coverage with Randy Hooks, and Osinski winning that battle, going right up the middle. Plenty of time for Avent. Great touch, loft on the ball. Then Osinski beating the linebacker straight down the middle for the TD.
You know, Osinski really burned Tusculum in the game last year, had 4 catches for 69 yards and a touchdown. Gets his first touchdown grab of the season here this afternoon, and now Brackman can continue to cement some of the momentum as he drives one through the uprights. And all of a sudden, Jay, it's a 9-point game as Catawba scores to start the third quarter. It'll be Tusculum ball when you return to Salisbury.
Broken air conditioner? That could be a $4,400 bill you weren't expecting. Fridge on the fritz? That could cost you $2,500. Get the First American Home Warranty Plan. And when a covered item breaks, call or click. That's it. And we'll repair or replace it for you. Why let a major system or appliance breakdown bust your budget? Or go through the hassle of trying to find trustworthy service people?
If you don't have First American Warranty, get it.
Call 1-800-657-8090.
Catawba College in Salisbury, offering students a degree in environment and sustainability. Access our 189-acre ecological preserve right on campus, with classes both outside and inside our sustainable facility. Study with conservationists and partner with regional and national ecological organizations. Scholarships available. More at catawba.edu.
It's only a matter of time until your check engine light comes on, or worse yet, your car needs repair. That could mean a big surprise auto repair bill. That's why it's so important you call CarShield today.
I was elated that I had CarShield. I was more than happy.
It's no fun when you have a car and it's broken and you can't pay for it to get it fixed.
So, if your vehicle has 5,000 to 150,000 miles, just tell us the make and model of your car or truck and get an instant plan quote. In a matter of minutes, you can be covered.
My experience with CarShield is that they absolutely come through every time I need them.
If my car breaks down, I can count on CarShield to cover it for me. CarShield definitely has my back.
Now it's the time to make the smart choice and protect yourself from sky-high auto repair bills. Call now for a free and instant protection plan quote. It's only a matter of time until repairs are needed, and once your car breaks down, it's too late.
Call 1-800-507-0179. Get covered today.
Catawba takes the opening drive of the third quarter and marches down the field. 5 plays, 71 yards, and took 2.5 minutes off the clock. That 40-yard run by the freshman quarterback Ken Avent, the big key to that drive. And now Catawba's defense on the field after Brackman boots one 8 yards deep. You know, Jay, that defense was really challenged in that halftime locker room as well. You look at the first half score and say, wow, Tusculum put 23 points on the board. I don't think you can put all of those points on this Catawba defense.
Well, no, and one of those touchdowns was an interception, return for a touchdown. So really, in reality, 16 points they gave up. But also, too, the field position with those other 2 turnovers. Great field position for those drives. So this defense, the one thing they have to do is, we saw them on a couple drives, get penetration. They've got to be more consistent with their defensive line getting in the backfield.
Tommy Pistone played a majority of the snaps in the second quarter. He'll start the second half for this Pioneer offense. The graduate student from Yuma, Arizona will operate under center, and now 10 on the play clock as he gets the snap. They will go to Shippey, and boy, he's really been bottled up this afternoon. Omar Staley in to make the stop, the senior out of Irmo, South Carolina. Obviously, Shippey gets a lot of the attention in the running back corps for Tusculum, but you give Catawba credit coming into the second half for Shippey, Jay. 6 carries for just 20 yards this afternoon.
And he's had to kind of share the load with Joseph and Pratt, both of those guys. So it's kind of been running back by committee today. And they should be fresh, though, here going in the second half.
2nd down and 9. Another handoff. And again, it's Shippey, who was just clotheslined down by Davis. Wrapped his big forearm around and drug the junior to the turf.
That's
3rd down.
Yeah, Chris, that's a heck of a tackle because Shippey was running in there full speed, and he kind of clotheslined him there with one arm. It just shows the strength that he has to bring him down. Now, critical 3rd down coming up here for the Catawba defense coming out on offense. Great drive scoring the ball. Now this defense, if they can get a stop here, you really see the momentum flow over to their side.
Tusculum converted just 1 3rd down in the first half. 1 for 5 as they operate from the shotgun on 3rd down and 8. Catawba loads the box. But look at the defense. No one with their hand on the ground. They rush 4. A float pass is incomplete. Trying to target Brian Burnett on the outside. And now Catawba getting some momentum back. Allen on the coverage. And the defense forces a 3 and out.
That was a heck of a throw by Pisoni, though. They're right where his wide receiver could catch the ball, just not able to bring it down. But that confusion pre-snap with all those defensive linemen standing up, stemming, moving around, gave enough confusion, getting pressure on Pisoni there. Boy, this defense, you know, that momentum from the offense, it's amazing how offense, defense works hand in hand.
Kenyatta Green hoping for his first punt return of the day, and boy, what a booming kick from Cantrell. Green stumbles and falls down at the 27-yard line, and that's where Catawba will start, Jay, on their 2nd offensive drive, down 9. And if they can find a way to punch one in, you will see this homecoming crowd start to get energized on the Catawba side.
And Chris, we talked about in the passing game, getting their star wide receivers more involved. Well, the last drive we saw Lozinski, the tight end, getting involved. A couple big plays. And then also, too, the explosive runs by Avent. If he can get to the 2nd level in the running game, he's dangerous running the ball. You know, they've done a good job with his ability to read on the zone read play. So I think they should go back to that play here and see if they can break him free.
Green is the running back, and it'll be Avent who will keep it. Boy, trying to get upfield and turn it up, and he will get out near the 30-yard line. He took a big hit and is slow to get up. Catawba begging for a foul and didn't get one as Avent a little bit maybe in the cobwebs as he comes back on the field.
Yeah, dangerous hit there as he ran towards the sideline. Good to see him get up here. But Tanksley, the wide receiver number 4 right there, nice block. And then look at the hit. His head coming down there, dangerous for Avent.
Do you think maybe the defender led with his helmet a little bit there, or is that just incidental play?
I mean, I think he did, yeah.
Okay, so you would call that maybe target.
I mean, I think when you go towards the head, you know, as an official, you've got to err on the side of caution.
He did gain 2, 2nd and 8. Avent on a design bootleg, looking to fake it, and now just going to tuck it and run, and we'll pick up 5 or 6 more and bring up 3rd down and medium. It's very 3rd and manageable now, as Avent doing it with his legs on this drive.
And that was a veteran play there. As he got out of the pocket, he kept faking like he was going to throw the ball. Even though he passed the line of scrimmage, it held off the linebacker. Even though that he couldn't throw it, he still pretended like he could. And that gave him room to get a couple extra yards.
So he gained 6. It's 3rd down and a long 2. Catawba this afternoon, 3 of 8 on 3rd down. They converted a 3rd down on the first drive of this quarter. It's Tanksley in motion, and I think we're going to get a false start. Might have had one of those offensive linemen jump just a little bit too quick.
It's 3rd down.
And Catawba penalized for the first time this half. 5 penalties for 45 yards today. Catawba averaging about 58 yards per game in penalties, and just too many if you want to try and win football games.
Yeah, and they've got to be more disciplined up front. I'll tell you, part of it, though, is because of the blitzes, and Jerry Odom there bringing Bryce Bartlett from his safety position on a blitz. Even though the ball wasn't snapped, he was coming. He came from about 15 yards deep, was inching closer to the line of scrimmage as the ball was about to be snapped.
So now 3rd down and 7. Avent from the shotgun, looking for Kenyatta Green, nearly picked, but Green's got some space. Green reverses field and has a block. 1 man to beat. 1st and goal for the Tribe. 67-yard completion to Kenyatta Green. the longest completion of the year, and the Tribe in business.
Great play call by Dustin Ward. It was a screen play, and then the offensive linemen out front, they really didn't have anybody to block because the defenders for Tusculum came on the rush, threw the ball over Avent, that initial rush, and then Green just taking off with his speed, a huge explosive play.
D. Alford finally ran him out of bounds. Now Catawba on the doorstep. They fake to Green, looking for Osinski. It's batted down, but picking it up is Avent, and then he's thrown down. There's a late flag, and half the distance to the goal. It'll be Alford who's pleading his case. No, check that. It's not Alford, it's Hogan's who's begging to take the flag away. Well, a lot going on that play to sort out, partner.
And Osinski was wide open. If Avent could have held on to that ball, that would have been a touchdown. Another flag, another flag.
It looked like he hit his man in the helmet. Let's take another look here in a moment. The official sorting it out. It'll be first and goal still for Catawba. Now we'll take a look at the replay. Watch Avent here. Looks like he just hit his man, just lost it.
Yeah, and Osinski wide open, not a defender within 5 yards. And we'll see here the late hit.
Personal foul, defense number 1. That penalty, half the distance to goal, first down. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, number 1 of the defense. That'll be half the distance, first down.
So Hogan's penalized a lot on that play, and if he gets another unsportsmanlike, he is done for the contest. Let's take another look here. And this will be the late hit. Everything's clean there, and then dragging him down right there. That's the 15 yards. And then,
and then, then he nudged him, kicked him with his leg. The officials, good job there with the initial call, and then the next flag too. That's uncalled for.
Yeah, that's not what we're trying to encourage. And now Catawba, with all the momentum in the world, will have it first down and goal to go from the 2.5. Catawba trying to punch in a big score. Kenyatta Green is going to fight to the 1. It'll be second and goal. Alford there to make the stop. Boy, Alford has been all over the place. 2 tackles on this drive, 5 on the game to lead the team.
And Alford, they're not coming on the blitz, just at the line of scrimmage, recognizing it was a run, and then he shot through there, coming in with the big tackle. You figure for Catawba here, still plenty of time here in the third quarter, but just with the way they've been playing, for me, this is 4-down territory. You got to get a touchdown here. Depend on your offensive line to get some push and punch this ball in.
They go with a jumbo package and split backs. Bryant and Green both in the game for the first time today. Second and goal. Play action. Avent, the bootleg, looking to the edge and going down. Another sack for this defense. It was Quadre Allen, the defensive back, who came in to make the stop, and now things getting a little chippy on this 3rd down and goal.
Yeah, their backside, a little bit of a wrestling match between defensive back and offensive lineman for Catawba. But here, Avent looked like he was trying to get rid of the ball and then trying to get outside with his legs. Just too much speed for Tusculum's defense.
So now they had it second and goal from the 1, an 8-yard loss. It's 3rd and goal from the 9. But does being a little further back maybe benefit Catawba's offense because you can spread the field a little more?
Well, I think when they were there on the 2, they would have tried to run it in, but now even though it's backed up, it's going to give more room. And I'd look for Osinski here, right down the middle of the field, number 7.
He's in the slot. They're looking that way. Instead, a low attempt, and Tanksley couldn't haul it in. It's 4th down, and quickly Brackman will trot on to try the field goal.
And Osinski double covered there. He was bracketed. 2 guys, one on the outside, one on the inside. Nowhere to go. Even tried to slip in on the slant route, throwing the ball in there, not able to connect. Now here, completely different scenario after that loss, the tackle for loss. You can't go for it. You need to get the points, get some more momentum.
Brackman, 7 of 11 in field goals. His long has been 41. This is from 26. He's been really good in this range all year. Has a 27-yard make, and well, that one nearly tipped, but still through the uprights, and Brackman remains good in the field goal unit. There's timeout, and looks like there might be a flag down, so let's hold the phone here quickly, as there's a flag thrown by the umpire, and we'll wait and see what the officials sort out here as Brackman gets Catawba a little bit closer, Jack, if the play stands. Here's our referee. A little false start by the official. It's going to be some sort of personal foul. And now our lead official, Daniel Ingram, will give us the call.
Personal foul, hands to the face. Defense, number 15. 15 yards, half the distance to the goal. Automatic first
That's an
down.
automatic first down, so now the drive will continue. So, say first down for Catawba. And Jay, how about that break?
And these penalties, you know, Aaron talked about at halftime, Coach Oda not happy with his team with all of their errors. And that penalty could loom large here on this drive, but throughout the rest of this ball game, 3 points take him off the board, but now Catawba can go in for 7.
And Catawba will have a fresh set of downs. It'll be first and goal inside the 10 at the, should be about the 8. Well, actually, they're going to move it even further. They're going to put it at the 4. Even better for the try.
Yeah, and Chris, back to the ground game.
Yeah.
I think they just need to tell the offensive line, hey, buckle up. We're going to rely on you. Run the ball behind them, go north and south, and try to pick this up on the ground.
And to your point, Catawba, 81 yards on the ground now. At halftime, Jay, they really didn't have any semblance of a running game, just 21 rushing yards at halftime. 60 so far this half, and Green will add to the total as he fights down to the 1. Second down and goal. And Catawba wanted to establish the run. That was their big key. That was what Coach Walker talked about this week, and they've done that here in the third quarter.
And Green there, not a lot of room to run. He saw a little bit of a gap between Darius Jackson, Demetrius Blackwell, but I liked how he attacked it. He knew that he was going to get contact, but he got as much as he could. And here now, second down opportunity coming up.
From the 1 yard line, Avent, design quarterback draw, give him 6 more, and the Tribe right back in it. And now Jay Catawba on the move as Avent in for the second time today.
Well, and Avent, you know, in the first half didn't go his way, but here the second half, the adjustments being made, putting the ball in your freshman quarterback's hands. Coach Walker gave him the responsibility to bring his team back. And just a huge touchdown after that penalty, Chris. There was going to be a field goal, and now got taken off the board, reversed that for a touchdown. The freshman quarterback instilling his will.
Brackman drives home the extra point, and Catawba to within 2. Catawba has scored back-to-back touchdowns to open the third quarter, and their defense back it on the field when you return to Salisbury in a 2-point game.
Catawba quarterback Ken Avent running in on a touchdown that brings Catawba within 2 of Tusculum, but it might have come with a loss for Catawba. The Indians wide receiver Devontae Tanksley came off the field, ripped off his left glove, and was screaming in pain. He ran up and down the sidelines, immediately went and found the athletic trainer, who took a look at his left ring finger. They pressed around on it. There were tears in Devontae's eyes, and they decided to take him off the field and in for an x-ray.
Aaron, thanks. As the injuries continue to mount up for Catawba, just losing so many bodies, and the depth for Catawba now really going to be challenged.
Yeah, it's tough because you put so much into the week of practice, into the season. When you have injuries, this game means so much to you.
Scoring drive for Catawba from a moment ago, 8 plays, 72 yards, 4 minutes and 21 seconds. That green 67-yard run, as you saw there, was the big key in that drive. Now Tusculum, after a 3-and-out to start the third quarter, goes back to the ground, and it's a tough sledding there for Lorenzo Pratt, who gets 2 yards up to the 27. Josh Smith, the defensive end, makes the stop, his 4th of the day.
The defense for Catawba, they're loading the box, feeling there's going to be a run. With their scheme there, nowhere to go for Tusculum offense, closing up all the gaps.
Are you surprised we haven't seen Ogle at quarterback more today?
You know, after that first half, when you scored 23 points, now one of them was on an interception, and when Pistone came in the game, it seemed like he did some positive things, but I'm surprised they haven't gotten back to him, or at least given him one more opportunity. After he went to the sideline, you know, sometimes you can see different things from the sideline, and for them not to go back to him, I am surprised.
A little pass to the flat, Joseph, who has a first down and more, out near midfield before he is game tackled. The ball came out. Catawba says they have the ball. The officials will confirm. And they're still talking about it, Jay. They're going to give the ball to Tusculum. It's a first down.
And Joseph, they're finishing off that run. Catawba lobbying for it, not getting the call. But here, look at Joseph finish off this run. We'll see.
I mean, the ball was taken away that time by Chris Thompson, but I guess the question was he already out of bounds? And I think he was. So the right call by the officials. First down now for Tusculum across midfield. And boy, this is such an important drive here for both teams. The momentum with Catawba, can they find a way to get another stop? Trailing by just 2. Jumbo package. And the handoff. Straight ahead for Pratt, who gets down to the 45-yard line. Ryan Watts on the tackle.
They're Tusculum with the inside zone play, running away from the power of the tight ends towards the left, trying to go to the backside. Positive yards on first down, but Chris, you said it, this is such a critical drive for both teams. Can Catawba get a stop here? Can they continue that momentum? Will Tusculum kind of get back from getting knocked down and find a way to punch it in? You know, it looks like they're going to the ground attack here. They're trying to establish their ground game here and get push up front.
Yeah, to your point earlier, that is their bread and butter, averaging 172 yards a game on the ground. Catawba bringing a blitz, little slant pass is picked up, and another first down for Tusculum as the catch made by Brian Burnett. And he's been so good in the slot today, Jay, on those crossing routes or those slant patterns. Allen made the stop, but comes at a first down for Tusculum.
Yeah, and he sliced through there, kind of hid in between the linebackers and then dove down for that ball. A heck of a job by Pistone looking through the coverage and then threading that ball in there for first down.
Second catch of the day for Burnett. 1st and 10 from just outside the 35. Man in motion. Handoff goes to Maxwell, who already has 1 score today. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 on first down. Watts there in the middle, combining with Melvin to bring him down.
Melvin's been all over the field today, and I'll tell you, it's tough for those linebackers. When you're facing running backs that's 230 pounds, running downhill north and south. He's a load. Has been physical between both sides here.
Fast-moving third quarter, down to the final 3.5 minutes of the game's third stanza. Second down and long. It's like more of a cover 2 look here for Catawba in the secondary, and now they're going to walk one of those safeties up. They bring a blitz from the linebackers, picked up, and another catch. This time Bellinger down to the 24-yard line. A pickup of 9 before Elijah Banks finally wrapped him up. But again, Catawba giving up those yardage and giving up a couple of first downs through the air.
Yeah, they're starting to be aggressive, coming with the blitz. But Pistone's recognizing it pre-snap, seeing the line of scrimmage is full, Catawba Indians, and then getting rid of the ball, knowing where his hot route is, and then throwing the ball accurately and on time.
Looks like we're putting Melvin as more of a guy in the slot, a stand-up guy, as they give it to Joseph again, and he will fight down to the 15-yard line. He'll gain 9, and it's Melvin who makes the stop, but right now this is just a man drive here for Tusculum and established control of the game drive for the Pioneers.
Well, the offensive line is instilling their will, but it's set up because of the balance. And Coach Odom talked with us about that's the goal, is to have balance on offense. It keeps defenses on their heels. Right now, this offense is doing a good job with the play call.
Second down in the yard. Pistone will loft one to the end zone. It's caught. Was he inbounds? No, incomplete. Trying to hit Burnett again, who made the catch, but had 1 foot out of bounds.
Yeah, this was a heck of a catch, even though the ball was overshot here and he went out of bounds. Over the shoulder, only where his wide receiver could catch it or no one else could. Just a little bit too far.
Almost had that right foot in. Good coverage that time by Caleb Allen. You like him taking a shot on 2nd down and 1?
I do, because now it's 3rd and 1 here. You have a feeling if they don't get it, they're probably gonna go for it on 4th down.
With the Maryland eye now. Pistone sends a man in motion. That's Johnson, the tight end. They'll give it away to Pratt, who fights ahead for the 1st down, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Pioneers from the 7. Pratt gains 8 yards there on 3rd down and 1, and now Tusculum can punch in a big score here to stretch this back into a 2-possession game.
And this running game coming alive. Now, if you're Tusculum, I wouldn't put the ball in the air here. Force Catawba to try to stop you on the ground.
To your point, looks like Catawba's going to crowd the box a little bit here. Back to the ground. Pratt looking for the edge. And a nice job by Catawba defensively to pick that up. Gain of a couple down to the 5. It was Melvin who was in to make the initial hit.
And, and I just spoke about Tusculum, here you run the ball in, but on the flip side, Catawba, if you're going to score a touchdown, make them throw it. Load the box up, force them to throw the ball, and trust that your defensive backs that have played well today can hold up in one-on-one coverage.
Final 80 seconds of the 3rd stanza. Boy, it's been a very entertaining 3rd quarter. Catawba trying to surge their way back. Back in the eye are the Pioneers. Maxwell Joseph, the deep back, and now how about this, operating from the shotgun. 3 wide to the left. They're going to throw into the flat. It's Joseph who stumbles in for the score. His 2nd touchdown of the day, and Tusculum does go down the field and get on the board.
Yeah, and that was a creative play call right there because there's a jumbo package. 3 tight ends in the ball game. Then they flexed them out along with the fullback, Boney. And then it was Joseph just kind of spilling out of the backfield. Nice route, good hands getting in the end zone.
Tusculum's going to go for the extra point here. Defada missed the extra point earlier. It'll stretch it to a 9-point game if he can drive this one through the uprights. Low snap, and the kick is good. Tusculum back in front by 9, 30-21. Under a minute to go in the 3rd quarter. We're back with more after this. Big touchdown catch for Maxwell Joseph to put Tusculum back in front by 9 points. For Joseph, it's his second all-purpose touchdown of the day. A 10-play scoring drive, Jay. 75 yards, 5:22 off the clock.
Pistone looking for his running back out of the backfield, really uncovered, and then hands to turn around, agile enough to find the ball. Look at the offensive line protecting. This was a huge conversion opportunity.
Now Tusculum ready to kick it off. Catawba will look for an answer. And now Glick, the kickoff specialist, will hoist one down the field. They've got Green as one of the short men. This is returnable from the goal line. It's Stanley, and boy, he's going in the wrong direction, but he's going to cut it upfield and out to the 20-yard line. So something out of nothing there for Stanley. On the field, Aaron's got an injury update for us.
I told you moments ago about Catawba wide receiver Devontae Tasley, who left the field to go get an x-ray on his left hand. He has returned to the sidelines. He has his entire left fingers, all of them wrapped in ice. So maybe a good sign that things aren't broken, but does not look like he will be able to go.
Aaron, that's a big loss for Catawba, the freshman wide receiver. 12 catches for 160 yards coming into action this afternoon. Tanksley has 2 catches today for the Tribe. Catawba 1st and 10 from the 20, play action as Avent going to hoist one deep for Sweeper. Looking for it, he's got it! It's a first down for Sweeper. And a gain of 50 on first down.
Now, this was a heck of a catch, great play call by Coach Ward, taking the shot. And look at Avent. He got hit as he threw it, one-on-one coverage. Sweeper, though, over the shoulder, and then getting wrestled around for the ball. Great job by Quadre Allen trying to knock the ball loose, but Sweeper, strong hands bringing it in.
And now Bryan on the ground, fights inside the 30. He'll pick up 5 on first down. Ivan Hogans, who's been busy today, makes the tackle. And we'll see if Catawba wants to just take it to the 4th quarter, still with some momentum.
These teams, boy, they're taking shots back and forth at each other. But Catawba here, when they've had explosive plays, it really helps get them going. And then we've seen their ground game take off. But what a catch by Sweeper. But how about Avent here in the second half, Chris?
Yeah, Avent's been terrific. Catawba on the doorstep of maybe another big score. We'll find out when the 4th quarter begins after this timeout.
Beers work, but creating great craft beer is a labor of love. In the heart of Rowan County, you'll discover a brewery that taps into this passion to source local ingredients and pair it with a knowledgeable team with proven, tested methods. New Sarum forges handcrafted beer in an old meets new style. If you are looking for a full-bodied, innovative beer, look no further than New Sarum Brewing Company. A brewery with principles, a beer with heritage.
After both clubs trade haymakers in the 3rd quarter, we start the 4th. with Catawba on the doorstep of maybe another score, down by 9. Avent scrambling and just gets it away. A headsy play there by Avent. He had Dre Dunbar in the neighborhood, so no grounding here. It'll bring up a second down and short for the Tribe.
And he felt the pass rush coming, and that's smart because you don't want to force anything here, especially with as well as this offense is playing.
Already within field goal range. You at least want some kind of points on this drive, don't you?
Yeah, and you know, ideally you want to continue to score touchdowns here, but you have to be careful here. And the biggest thing is, we know on third down, Tusculum is going to bring a blitz. So Avent is going to have to find where that guy is pre-snap. We'll see here. They're loading the box.
Catawba 4-10 on third down today. Avent going to flip one. That's caught by Dunbar off the deflection. And a first down. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And Dunbar with his first catch of the day.
And Jerry Odom over on the other sideline just almost did a backflip over there in frustration. We'll see here as Avent threw the ball. It's tipped right there. Should have been an interception. But a good job by Dunbar being in the right place at the right time.
Down in the field, Aaron.
Tribe wide receiver Dre Dunbar came back last week for his first game back since an injury in Albany State. He made an impression. He was named the Catawba Chief of the game with 5 receptions and a 37-yard touchdown catch. That was his first touch there in that last play. And I'm pretty sure that they're glad that he's getting him in the ball game, even if it was off of a fluke pass.
Yeah, Matthews there nearly picked it, Aaron, and now Catawba second down and 3 from the 5 as Avent fights his way down to the 5-yard line. Catawba's been good in the red zone today, 3 of 3. All 3 times they've been there, you've come away with touchdowns. The 79% in the red zone this year, 57% scoring touchdowns, so they've improved inside the red zone. Bryant gets the call and gets in. Catawba scores again as the senior with his first rushing score of the year.
And Catawba there opening things up with the 4 wide receiver set. Clearing out the box. And here's zone read, great push up front. Catawba coming out of the half. Gosh, they've done such a good job. Really a new team in Bryant here, capitalizing with the touchdown.
And now Brackman on for the extra point to once again try and make it a 2-point game. These are just 2 clubs throwing haymakers right now. Who's going to blink first? It might be the one with the ball last is going to win. Pressure, but Brackman's kick is good. Catawba back to within 2 with 13:50 to go in the fourth quarter, Jay.
And this has been fun, the second half. Both of these teams, they've been explosive. You can just see the intensity they're playing with. You know, Tusculum, a huge drive they had, scoring that last touchdown on offense. But Catawba keeps coming back, Chris. You said it's going to come down to the end of the game, which team has the ball last. But I think one of these teams defensively has to make a stand.
Look at the scoring drive for Catawba, 6 plays, 79 yards in less than 2 minutes. Of course, that big 47-yard reception. I said 50, but they gave him a bad spot there, 47-yard play to sweeper. That really changed the whole momentum of the drive.
It was explosive, but it flipped the field position, and then that showed the defense of Tusculum, hey, Avent is going to take some shots down the field, connect the sweeper, one-on-one coverage. He brought it in. That got excitement going with that catch.
Let me ask you about that, too. We talked about how banged up this Tusculum secondary is. Catawba, if they have time, can Avent continue to pick on that secondary a little bit?
He definitely can. If he has time, that's the key, because they're bringing blitzes. Not a lot of time to throw, but if he can get rid of the ball, he's going against some reserves in the secondary that don't have as much experience as his starting wide receivers do.
Let's see if the Catawba defense can make another stop as Brackman with another touchback. Boy, Brackman has been just so dynamic in the kicking game all season long as Tusculum starts from the 25-yard line.
Oh, he seemed dynamic with the tackle as well today, so he's doing it all.
This is a Tusculum team that when you look at their numbers, only putting up 26 points a game, but in this stretch where they've won 4 of their last 5, over that period, Jay, averaging nearly 31 points per game, so they're right on their average, and a team that is playing a lot better, but they feel like, hey, this is a game we've got to win to get into the playoffs and continue on that trajectory to get in to the Division II playoffs.
Yeah, and they feel good about their season, but in order to feel great, you need to keep winning and keep that mentality they've been playing with the past couple games.
Back under center, Pistone will engineer the offense here in a minimal gain at first, but still fighting ahead for 5 yards that time as the running back. So give it to Joseph. Melvin, the middle linebacker, helping on the tackle. Melvin with 7 tackles already today. You know, no surprise, partner, that this game is coming down to the fourth quarter. 12 of the last 18 meetings between these two teams have been decided by less than 10 points.
And these teams, they have a tradition of excellence, and both these squads, you know, so much respect for each other. You know, coming in this game, both coaches kind of had the feeling that this is going to be close. Even though that first half wasn't close, both these teams really turned it on here.
Joseph, who's been the guy in this half, is stopped after a gain of 2. Another nice job by Staley to get in there and make the tackle for Catawba.
Third down coming up, Chris. Both these teams, you know, as we get here closer to crunch time, third down conversions for the offense and getting off the field. It's going to be critical here. Third and short. I expect Tusculum to run the ball here, line up, try to pound it. They've got 2 tight ends and Boner here in the backfield to load up for the run.
Third down and 2. Pioneers 2 of 6 on third down. From the eye, Joseph lowers his head, and it's gonna be close. I think they're gonna give it to him as they give him forward progress to the 35, but Melvin was in to help with the stop, so was Josh Smith, but maybe just a little bit too late.
And Will Boney, the fullback, he cleared the way. Number 40. Just a little bit too much pressure on that defensive line, getting knocked back just enough for the first down.
Take another look.
The number 40 right there, clearing out the edge. Good job by the fullback.
Catawba running personnel on the field late as a bubble screen is complete to Moss, and it's the guy who just ran in there, Elijah Banks. Johnny on the spot to make the tackle.
Yeah, that could have been catastrophic, but a good job jumping in there, being alert, and then making the tackle. And you could tell Tusculum saw the confusion, and they went in and attacked it there, getting the ball out on the perimeter quickly.
3 minutes nearly gone here in this fourth quarter. Catawba trying to come back, and boy, what a comeback win this would be. Down 23-7 at the break, but still work to do for the Tribe. Melvin walking up to the line of scrimmage. Backs off as Pistone steps up to pass. Now gonna throw it. There's a flag down. Incomplete pass to Pratt. And Jay, what do you think this might be?
It's in the area of a hold, so I think this is gonna come back against Tusculum.
It is, I believe you're right. Referee Ingram, who's been a busy man today.
Holding. Offense number 52. 10-yard penalty from previous spot to second down.
Penalties again rearing their ugly head for this Tusculum club. Jay, that's really been the big bugaboo for Tusculum today. Here's the replay.
They've had issues right there, right in plain view. It's going to be a hold every single time. These penalties are really starting to stack up for them. It was an issue in the first half, and then now starting to become an issue here.
9 penalties for 54 yards. Check that, 10 penalties for 64 yards. Second down and 18, and now they'll go back to Pratt. And a nice job in the open field to make the tackle from Mike Miller, the free safety. Miller entered this corner, tied for the team lead in tackles today with 6. Probably not good to have your free safety making all those tackles, but shows you how good they've been in run defense.
Yeah, and he's tough up near the line of scrimmage, and Miller physical. Only a sophomore there, but nice tackle bringing down the physical Pratt. Now third and long. Catawba's defense has to look out for a screen pass here. Something short. No Tusculum. They've got to protect up front if they want to take a shot down the field.
Tusculum's converted 1 third down on this drive already. Catawba stands up the 4 defensive linemen. Pistone with pressure in his face. There's the screen to Pratt. And using the sideline as a defender, a nice job by Catawba to force them out of bounds. Addison, the nickel, was in position to help push him out of bounds, and now fourth down coming.
You could just kind of feel that was the perfect time for a screen. Catawba sniffed it out. And you look up at the scoreboard, 2-point deficit for Catawba. Getting the ball back here. Defense is playing really good. Offense starting to click. You've got to feel good with where you're at.
There's Kenyatta Green hoping for a return, and boy, if they can get some sort of return here, it could really set them up in good field position. Punt number 5 for Andrew Cantrell. Rush is on, kick is away. Green trying to return, eludes one defender, and now cuts it upfield. Green to midfield. Green, no one in front of him. House call for the Indians. Catawba takes the lead.
Kenyatta Green all the way into the end zone.
Well, and Kenyatta Green, he was our star to watch coming out of the backfield, but now Chris doing it on special teams. And yes, he has great speed, but this was about his vision and waiting for his blocks to set up. Just look at him kind of staying patient, turning on the jets. Then he zigged here towards the inside, faked out the punter, and then came back towards the outside. In such a huge turn of events here in the second half. Green, though, special teams. We also said who's going to win that third phase of the game. Right now, Catawba stepping up. What a valiant comeback here in this second half.
And Lee Brackman gives Catawba a 5-point lead. Comeback complete for Catawba. Tusculum trying to fight their way back in it. And we'll have more fourth quarter action after this timeout.
Spritzy is an innovative, cutting-edge soda machine that is disrupting the soda industry. What Keurig has done for the coffee industry, Spritzy is doing to the soda industry. Soda is a trillion-dollar industry. Now is your chance to get involved on the explosive growth of Spritzy and change how we drink soda. Spritzy is a healthier choice than normal soda. Great for the environment and great for you to invest in. Call now to invest and grab your shares before it's all gone. Invest in Spritzy.
Addiction brings unimaginable pain to those who are suffering from it and their loved ones. If you're battling addiction, we understand that you're hurting, and we're here to help. Against all hope, you can get better and free yourself from addiction. You do not need to suffer any longer. Seek the treatment you deserve. Call the number on your screen and take the first step toward a lifetime of freedom and recovery.
Call 800-232-2616.
Catawba takes the lead for the first time today as Curtis Walker will prepare to send his defense back out, now leading by 5. Andrew Brackman boots it downfield and a touchback. We talked about the punt return for a touchdown from Kenyatta Green a moment ago. A 71-yard punt return for a touchdown, Jay. That's the first punt return for a touchdown by Catawba since 2002.
It's been a while, right? But it's due and perfect timing here. And look at the blocking by the return unit. And then it's just the speed. Tusculum getting out of their lanes, not able to shed their blocks. And then Green in the backfield today. He's gotten out on a couple plays, kind of been bottled up, but here making the most of an opportunity. And boy, has the momentum shifted, Chris. I mean, this has been a completely different Catawba team coming out here in the second half. They've instilled their belief, their will at the half, and now they're executing at a high level.
To the point, Kenyatta Green's previous long punt return before that 71-yard return was 8 yards.
The 30-yard line, first down.
And you hear the official there, our lead referee, Daniel Ingram. There was an offside called on Catawba on the kickoff, so instead of starting from the 25, Tusculum will start from the 30. Down by 5, still a one-possession game and plenty of time for the Pioneers. 5 seconds left, or less than 10 minutes to go, 9:55 to go here in the fourth quarter, and an offense that's shown the ability to be up-tempo at times this afternoon.
And a little bit shell-shocked here, so see how they respond.
They stay with Pistone at the quarterback. One single back, still time to run the football as they do here with Joseph. But boy, he is met by an immovable force. Omar Staley there to throw him down. Staley's played a really good second half today.
Yeah, and he was physical, and it allowed his defense to jump behind 3 or 4 different Indians jumping in on the tackle, but Staley staying low. winning with his hands and his leverage.
Looks like Joseph is down in the field as we go down to the sideline and say hi again to Aaron.
Every practice, the Tusculum players end with 2 words: family and finish. Family because they have to believe they are a family over anything, and finish because last year the team felt that they didn't finish off the season well. That finish mentality has been taken into the weight room, the classroom, on the field, especially in fourth quarter situations like this where they're down 5.
Aaron, you're exactly right. And this is really going to be what Coach Odom talked about when he talks about challenging his team. He said, I really got after the team when we beat Morris Hill 2 weeks ago. I'm sure on that sideline getting after his club again as they've seen a 23-7 halftime lead evaporate here over the last 2 quarters. Pistone to throw, threads the needle, and a catch by Deshaun Davis, the junior from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Jeremy Addison there to push him to the ground.
That was a heck of a catch by Davis, going across the middle, taking the contact. Pistone right on target. He's not afraid to throw it in there into coverage. Accurate ball where only his wide receiver could come down with it.
New first set of downs for Tusculum as the Pioneers now from the 46. And boy, you just feel like the scoring is not over in this game either.
No.
Pistone, play action. Looking downfield, tons of time, and off the hands of A.J. Bellinger. Would have been a first down and would have been a 16-yard gain if Bellinger could have hauled that in.
Yeah, that's tough when you're kind of catching over your shoulder with your momentum, running to the opposite sideline. Pretty good thrown ball there by Pistone, just not able to come down with it.
And you know, Bellinger, the freshman from Green Cove Springs, Florida, obviously hoping his family is okay after Hurricane Michael a couple of weeks ago. There's been a couple of players on this Tusculum squad that's been affected by the hurricane, but everyone appears to be okay. That's a lot of movement and a lot of flags. If you don't throw your flag there, not quite sure what you're looking at because the entire offensive and defensive line moved early.
Ball start. Offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
11 penalties and now over 70 yards in infractions on Tusculum this afternoon.
And they're going to look back on this, win or lose, and say, hey, this is something we have to get fixed. And it's an area where you're really not only losing yards, but you're halting momentum, and it makes it tough to get into a rhythm if you're an offensive player.
So now how does the play call change second down and 15 if you're Coach Odom and the offensive staff?
I would try to throw a little outlet route to your running back, something safe where you can pick up positive yards and try to make a manageable third down situation.
They bring a blitz. The pitch comes to Shippey around the right side. He'll get the penalty yardage back +1. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Now with the sweep, trying to get the ball to the outside where they could use some of their running ability, their speed to gain the advantage. Now 3rd and long coming up here. Your big play wide receivers, Bellinger. That's who I'd look for here.
Also targeted a couple different guys today. You think about Burnett with that slant over the middle too. Maybe he could be a target here on 3rd and 9. Pistone working from the shotgun. One of the few times we've seen Pistone from the gun today. He'll pass. And there's an out route that's underthrown. And coming back to the football to make the catch. Well, yeah, it was Burnett there. Check that. It's, Moss who makes the catch. And it's going to depend on the spot, but they will give him the first down.
That's a good job coming back to the ball, getting his hands underneath it. Pistone here. Pretty good pocket here for him to throw the ball in. Just a little bit low, but knowing where the sticks are, that's such a huge key. Getting to it and then falling on just enough to pick up the first down.
3rd catch of the day for Moss. Now 1st and 10. Back under center with under 8 to go. The pitch. And look at Pratt just lower his head and pick up 7 on 1st down. Thompson in to make the stop. The strong safety for the Indians.
You don't see a lot of panic out of Tusculum. Still going back to their game plan of mixing in the run and the pass. The clock here, reaching towards 7.5 minutes. And they're just going about it like this is a normal drive. And the balance, it's really been a problem all day for Catawba defense.
And Coach Odom said he wanted this team to be more balanced, and they've been that at least in the second half today as Pratt spins off a defender and now inside the red zone. Chris Thompson, a touchdown saving tackle as Pratt continues to run the ball very physical here in the 4th quarter.
And these running backs for Tusculum, when they get the ball, they want to finish it and they look for contact. Pratt there got spun around, but his momentum carried him forward. He picked up extra yards as he fell to the ground.
Tusculum 4 for 4 in the red zone today. They've been really good inside the 20 this year, Jay, scoring 88% of the time. Pistone floats one up for Burnett, and it's Tusculum who regains the lead.
Number 6, Ryan Burnett. Touchdown, Tusculum.
And Chris, I mean, this ball is perfect. Right into the lap of Burnett. Look at Pistone here. Perfect pocket. Look at the loft, the touch. Laying it right over the shoulder. And then Burnett watching it into his hands. And the response by the Pioneers to come back here, score a touchdown. Look very confident doing it. Pistone didn't start this game. But when he came in, you could just kind of see the rhythm that they got on offense. Coach Odom's left him in. It's paid off.
Tafada now on for the extra point to try to make it a 2-point game. And the seesaw second half continues as Tusculum surges back in front. Pioneers by 2 with 6:42 to go in the fourth quarter.
Snacking has never been this exciting. At Graze.com, we combine wholesome ingredients with the flavors we all love to create over 100 exciting snacks. Like these. We'd love to send you a Graze sampler box for free. Just go to Graze.com, enter the code ENJOY25, and we'll mail your free box to your home or office. Join thousands of Grazers already in love with our exciting snacks. So come to Graze.com for your first box free.
It's Tusculum who's back in front in this seesaw second half, 37-35. Burnett with a touchdown grab a moment ago to complete a long scoring drive for the Pioneers, who answer after the 71-yard punt return by Kenyatta Green. So, as we mentioned earlier, these two teams, Jay, just trading blows here in the second half.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch, and I'll tell you, if you're on the kicking team, do not kick the ball to Green here.
7 plays, 70-yard drive, 3:13 off the clock. Mentioned Burnett with that 18-yard reception. Yeah, I don't think Kenyatta Green's going to touch this ball. Well, they're going to kick it deep, and Green's going to have a chance from the goal line. Does he have another one in him? No, out to the 15. You'll give him maybe the 16, but it's a 15-yard return for Kenyatta Green, and now Ken Avent, the offense, back out on the field, and they've had a lot of time on the sideline to rest because of the punt return, the long scoring drive by Tusculum. Should be a very refreshed offense for the Tribe.
Well, when they've had success, it's been because of the explosive play we've seen here in the second half, even with a huge long run. Sweeper with a big catch. So I think they've got to do two things. If you're going to run the ball, use the zone read, let Avent take it, and then also to try to create a big play in the passing game. Your offensive line has settled down. He's given Avent more time to throw here.
Bryant, a touchdown run earlier, is the running back to start this drive with 6.5 minutes to go. Just a 3-man front for Tusculum. Linebackers come on a bit of a delayed blitz as Bryant spins for maybe a yard. But pick your tackle that time looked like Randy Hooks, the middle linebacker, was the first man through.
Hooks has played well today.
Has. Yeah, you look at the numbers for Hooks today, Jay, 6 tackles this afternoon. Second down and 9. Avent will keep it, trying to get to the edge. Needs a block. And back to the 15, it'll be 3rd and 10. Bryce Bartlett in to make the tackle.
It seems like even when he's had the zone read and he's run north and south, had the blocks there, that's when he's taken off, but he's had to kind of go east and west here, trying to get out to the edge. Perimeter defense getting off their blocks and nowhere to run there now. Chris, 3rd down coming up. This is huge for Catawba.
Indians 5 of 11 on 3rd down today. Down by 2 with 5.5 remaining. Avent has to throw and now is scrambling, and it'll be 4th down as Avent hits the turf, and we go down to the field and say hi again to Aaron.
Chris, the message down here throughout the team has been very positive. All of the players have been encouraging each other, telling each other that they have this game, telling them that they just have to stick their blocks or make their catches. You know, instead of them being down, they really do feel like they're in this ball game.
Well, they're going to have to rely on their defense again, Aaron, even though they still are in the ball game. As Barry has the wind, it is back. This could be a booming kick from the Catawba punter. Gets one airborne, and it sends Alfred back inside the 30. Will he field it? No, he will let it fall to 26. Wind helps, a booming kick that time, and that will take us to a timeout. There's timeout on the field. We'll take it too. Back with more of the 4th quarter when you return.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-288-2704.
Catawba College in Salisbury, offering students a degree in environment and sustainability. Access our 189-acre ecological preserve right on campus, with classes both outside and inside our sustainable facility. Study with conservationists and partner with regional and national ecological organizations. Scholarships available. More at catawba.edu.
After a booming kick for Catawba, Tusculum takes over, but Aaron Summers on the sideline. It was Lee Brackman who punted that one. Anything up with Caleb Barry? On this first down play, we'll go back to Aaron in just a second. There's not much running room there for Joseph. Back down to the field and Aaron. No, we'll hold off on that. Jay, 2nd down and 9 coming up, and this Catawba defense has been on the field an awful lot today. Tusculum over 30 minutes in time of possession.
Yeah, it's been amazing. That's what they pride themselves on, holding on to the ball. They've had the ball coming into this game 31 minutes and 30 seconds. That's what they average already over 36 minutes here today. That's what they want to do. They want to run the ball and lean on their big offensive line that averages 307 pounds in the 4th quarter, hoping that pays off here.
Trying to go into a 4-minute offense, and a little end around is fumbled by Aaron Fudge. It's scooped up. This is Jeremy Anderson, who will score! The Indian defense with a huge turnover.
This game has gone back and forth. You never know what's going to happen out there with these turnovers, the mistakes, the big plays. Fudge just couldn't hold on to the ball here. Pistone, jet sweep, and just never got a clean handle on it. And then Catawba taking it in. And the fight that they've shown, never giving up. This defense creating this turnover. What a huge play. The excitement in the crowd now. Catawba with the lead. It looks like they're going to tack on one more extra point here to make it a 5-point lead.
As Brack went on to try the extra point, and a huge extra point for Brackman. Pressure off the edge. Brackman sends it through, and Catawba again regains the lead, Jay, 42-37.
And Chris, go back to half. The way this game looked, Tusculum fully in control, but things changed quickly. The momentum in. Coach Walker talked about the emotion and stepping up. Football is different than golf or tennis or some of these other sports where you have to stay more in check. It's about emotion, excitement, in being there for your teammates. One big play is contagious. Catawba now, these turnovers, their offense stepping up, special team plays, all three phases really chipping in.
Saw Addison there with the scoop and score. His first fumble recovery of the year was the first defensive score in a fumble recovery for Catawba this season. I'll tell you what, the momentum just so back and forth in this game. And now if you're Tusculum, what are you thinking on that sideline, partner?
Well, I mean, you're thinking, first of all, how in the world are we in this position? We're dominating the first half. Now we're facing a deficit, but then the other side of you has to snap out of that quickly and say, hey, listen, 4 minutes left on the clock, down by 5, still plenty of time here. Like the way the offense is moving. When we execute, that's the key. You cannot turn the ball over. This game far from over. And you said it about the start of the fourth quarter. Whoever has the ball last is going to have a good opportunity here, and we'll see if that holds true.
Brackman's going to try and pin Tusculum back deep again. And the Pioneers will start from the 25. Well, a little bit of pushing and shoving after the play, and things getting a little chippy, a little physical between these longtime rivals. Catawba's won 5 of the last 7 meetings, 3 of the last 4. As we mentioned, 12 of the last 18 decided by 10 points or less. And I tell you, this has just been all we could have hoped for in the second half. And maybe for Catawba, this is the game that they can point to where things begin to turn around for them a little bit as they try to snap that 4-game losing streak.
All it takes is one win, and you can see the younger players starting to step up. And the first half didn't go their way, but the fight that they've shown, that's something that they can really lean on, not only in this game, but throughout the rest of their season.
Wind's picking up a little bit as the clouds roll in. Pistone back out there, will throw complete to Bellinger, who will get another first down after he gains 11. Melvin in to make the stop. And I've asked you this a couple of times today, but it's been Pistone who's been the guy for most of the afternoon for Tusculum. You like the fact they're sticking with one guy?
Well, I think, Ogle, he had a couple opportunities, did pretty good, but when they switched over, Pistone just never relinquished the ball.
That's a backwards pass, and it's fallen on by Moss back at the 20-yard line. It's a loss of 16 yards, and right now everything going the wrong way for the Pioneers.
Well, they got to maintain their composure and their focus, and no matter what's happened early in the game, it's all about making critical plays happen in the fourth quarter. Right now, too many mistakes. Now, second and long, if you're Catawba, Chris, cannot give up a big play. Let everything happen in front of you. Do not let anybody pass you here. You got to be sound fundamentally here.
Passing situation for Pistone. A little quick pass. Burnett makes the catch. And out to the 34-yard line. It was Chris Page in coverage. And now 3rd down and long, forthcoming. The 3rd down and 11.
It's going to be a big play call here for Tusculum.
Is this 2-down territory for Tusculum with 2.5 minutes to go?
You still have your timeouts, but I think they've got to go for it here. If they don't pick it up, I think this is 4-down territory. Even though you have the timeouts, I don't think you want to take the chance.
Catawba crowd energized on this 3rd down. Pistone with time, and it's picked off! A lot of running room here for Chris Thompson, who will take it to the house! Touchdown, Indians! A dagger for the Catawba defense.
We'll see here Pistone just kind of keeps his eyes locked on his receiver Bellinger, and then Thompson jumped in front of the route. Great awareness, kind of baiting Pistone into throwing that ball, and then finishing it off here with the touchdown. How about this comeback by the Indians? First half, nothing going their way. Second half, completely different story. Their defense stepping up. Everything with the momentum shifting to their side.
It's the 3rd pick for the Catawba defense today. That kick is blocked, and falling on it there for Catawba was Joseph Dress. So Catawba extends their lead, 48-37, and we'll have the final 2 minutes for you after this from Salisbury.
Creating beer is work, but creating great craft beer is a labor of love. In the heart of Rowan County, you'll discover a brewery that taps into this passion. Passion to source local ingredients and pair it with a knowledgeable team with proven, tested methods. New Sarum forges handcrafted beer in an old meets new style. If you are looking for a full-bodied, innovative beer, look no further than New Sarum Brewing Company. A brewery with principles, a beer with heritage.
To Catawba with 31 points in the second half this afternoon, and Catawba now has flipped this game upside down with 2:07 to go, and Jason Halter, it is go time for Tusculum.
And they're going to have to rush, and they have to go in a hurry. You know, the second half for them, things just got away from them. Catawba's taken over, and the fight has been impressive to see from the Indians.
Headsy play there by Pratt after a little bit of a decision, makes a wise choice, takes a knee, and Tusculum will start from the 25.
For Catawba, this is kind of a situation here where you've got to lead by 11 points. Do not give up the big play. Stay deep, let everything happen in front of you. No penalties. The biggest thing that'll hurt you right now is an explosive play, a quick hitting play where Tusculum can move the ball down the field quickly. As long as they use the clock up, you're going to win this game.
2:07 remaining. Pistone, who's thrown a couple of picks today, including a pick six a moment ago, back out there. Under siege and sacked. Ryan Watts, Cameron Davis, the two back there. And boy, as we talked about earlier, Jay, Catawba now 150 away from a season-changing win on homecoming.
And this potential win could be huge to change the course of their season. And Chris, now this defensive line, they're known for their speed. It has to be a pass play every single time for Tusculum, because though this is where they can really take advantage of with their pass rush.
Pistone trying to cherry pick over the middle. It's Melvin who has the pick and seals the game for the Indians. It's the fourth pick for Catawba today. And Melvin just staying home there, partner, makes the easy interception.
And he's just sitting in the middle of the field, reading Pistone's eyes, and then jumping in front, undercutting the route. You see him here. Good job, jumping right in there, blanketing the wide receiver, triple coverage. Pistone having to force the ball and then just wrestling it away. This defense, Chris, they made a huge stand here in the second half with their turnover, but also just a physical play.
Now 90 seconds for the ball game. Catawba can salt this one out as they will win another one over Tusculum. Man, I'm sure that Coach Odom on the other side would be thinking, what in the world do I have to do to beat Catawba? Tusculum takes their first time out. It's a 30-second timeout, and he's still coaching his guys up hard.
Yeah, and this is just a lesson to both teams.
Yeah.
This is why you have to play a full four-quarter game. One half, good or bad, you can't rest on your laurels. You got to come out, make adjustments, but also too play with the same intensity no matter what the score is.
Now, what's the conversation in both of these huddles in a game that you feel like's probably decided with Catawba now a chance to solve this one?
So for Catawba, you're saying, hey guys, no penalties, no big plays. I mean, simple. You're going to win this game. If you just close this game out, holding on to the ball. Excuse me. Catawba, protect the football, no penalties. And if you feel Tusculum going after, get down to the ground. Tusculum is just ripping the ball away. You've got to create a turnover here. But obviously, it's looking bleak for them.
2nd and 10, a blitz. Kenyatta Green fights ahead for a couple of yards. Another timeout by Coach Odom. Is this a teaching moment, you think, for Coach Odom with such a young team? As we mentioned, only 12 seniors.
I mean, it's definitely something they're going to have to learn from. And as a coach, you want teaching moments to happen when you win. But when you have a game like this where you had it in your grasp and then you let it slip away, it's going to hurt. I mean, it's going to be tough to watch the film on this. But it is something where you can say, hey guys, listen, second half, we didn't bring the intensity and we did this wrong and this is why it slipped away. But you have to put it behind you and make those adjustments for the game. And the next week and the following weeks after, you can't let one game affect your season in a negative way.
Yeah, this was a defense, Jay, that was only giving up 16.7 points a game this year. Top 20 in Division II. They've given up half 100 almost tonight.
It's been a shock.
Yeah.
I mean, it really has. And in the second half, Tusculum just turning the ball over. And it's not just turnovers, pick sixes. That's what's hurt them.
On 3rd down, speeding into the second level is Green. And an exclamation point for Catawba. A 34-yard touchdown run for the senior on homecoming. Now, a lot to cheer about for Catawba in the second half.
And Catawba should be celebrating. I mean, I give them all the credit in the world for the way they come out. It's tough when you're going at half and you're down. Things aren't going your way. It's tough to come out with the mentality that we're going to come back. And not only did they come back, they played their best half of the season. So they've been outstanding. Different guys stepping up, explosive plays. And that's all coming after things weren't going their way against a good Tusculum team.
Extra point is good by Brackman. That's Kenyatta Green with his 5th rushing score of the year. A guy that's already over 1,000 career rushing yards. And Jay, it's just been that kind of second half for Catawba. They've scored 5 touchdowns in the 4th quarter alone. 7 total touchdowns since we started the 3rd quarter. Unbelievable.
And Avent too. How about the freshman quarterback coming back? He was getting knocked around, very physical by the Tusculum defense. all day long, but he's led his team back. The running back's taken over. How about the offensive line, too? I mean, the offensive line stepped up. They've really done a good job of improving their play.
Yeah, look at that graphic. 45 points in the second half, down 23-7 at halftime. And these are the kind of games that people are going to talk about for 20 years. And the crowd, when you tell the story, there's going to be 10,000 people here as the story gets told throughout the year.
Well, this is homecoming, too.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's got to make everybody here coming back very happy with the performance. But another thing is, Coach Walker and his team, you see what you did this half. You're going to have these expectations now. This is the standard to come out and play this way the rest of their schedule.
Brackman will kick it away again. From the goal line, Pratt will try and make something happen here. And Pratt spun down shy of the 20-yard line. 1:09 to go, and now a chance for Tusculum at least to maybe build for next week a little bit at this point.
Yeah, and you know they're going to have to go back and watch the film, Chris, figure out what they want to do with the quarterback position, and then also to look at what happened, what fell apart here in the second half. Offensive line, wide receivers, quarterback, it's a full team effort, especially on the offensive side.
Well, is there maybe one or two things that you can point to in the second half where you think the game really changed in Catawba's favor?
Well, the turnovers, I mean, the interceptions. Anytime you turn the ball over, things aren't going to go well for you.
Pistone with a flag down, steps up in the pocket, dumps one for Bellinger, who fights for a first down out to the 34. We'll check the flag. We'll check and flag again.
Offside. Defense, number 17. A penalty decline. Result of plays first down.
No point now with less than a minute to go to back them up anymore. Just keep on playing and let things play out. Under a minute to go for Tusculum, who has scored just once in the second half. Bellinger makes the catch. Catawba keeps him in bounds. Nice job by Chris Page. And that'll allow the clock to keep on running. And there's an injured Catawba player down. Like one of those big defensive linemen. Page is slumping his shoulder a little bit too, so maybe Catawba having a couple guys banged up here on this final drive of the game. Trying to see who's down. Looks like it's Stephen Thurston, a backup defensive lineman who is injured, and they seem to be checking out his lower body there.
And Chris, in this type of ball game, you know, with the injuries, the depth, you know, issues both teams have had, it's tough to see guys go down, especially late in the ball game. And, you know, it's the tough part about football is injuries and the bumps and bruises that accumulate. This is such a physical game. These guys are playing through pain. Even the guys that are healthy, you know, the old saying is after the first day of practice, nobody feels good. And you're getting into the deep part of October here. The season's starting to wear on you. And hopefully all these guys can get some rest, recover, get healthy as soon as possible.
And both teams really banged up. That was kind of the storyline for both of these clubs coming in. Just injuries after injuries. And for both these clubs, the final 43 seconds cannot go fast enough. Back to pass. Will come this way. And it's Burnett who makes the grab and stays in bounds back to the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 3, brings up third down. And we'll see if Tusculum wants to continue. They don't have to run into the play if they don't want to.
Looks like they're going to try through the line of scrimmage, get one more play in there. It'll be interesting to see for Tusculum how the rest of the season shakes out after this defeat, where they had this looking good for the first half, plus their quarterback situation.
Another first down as Burnett makes the grab out to midfield. They will stop the clock to move the chains, but that's going to do it. That should be the final play of the game, unless Tusculum can go quickly here. Chains are set. Clock starts with 2, with 1. They get it away. This is the final play of the contest. Burnett hauls it in and still on his feet. Down to the 30-yard line. And it's a homecoming win for the ages as Catawba wins it after a huge second half. The Indians come storming back. Jay, your final thoughts.
Oh, what a comeback. I mean, Catawba showed the fight, the resiliency, and the execution, most importantly, in the second half. It's tough to come back when things aren't going your way, but they want it and they got it here, especially in the second half.
Down to the field and Aaron with Coach Walker.
For Tusculum, 48-14 in the second half. How did your team come up so big?
Again, for breast cancer awareness this week, we went on and got shirts. Pink, Catawba, Indian football on the front, and find a way on the back. Now, my motto all week long was find a way to win. But it's been so long for us to win a ball game, and we got out after their butts, jumped on them at halftime, let them know how well we were not playing. We came out in the second half and played like the Catawba football team we know how to play.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you.
Catawba scores 48 points in the second half and gets a homecoming win this afternoon, 55-37. For Jason Halter, Aaron Summers, and the rest of our crew, this is Chris Edwards from Salisbury. Thanks for watching. So long as Catawba wins it on homecoming. We'll see you next week for more Catawba football.